influx. Like, it was unable to handle the bandwidth, or the throughput, rather, of the stream. It lacked the bandwidth to handle it. But last night, it was fine. Last night, I did the full Monty when it came to multi-streaming and had no problems. So whatever was going on Tuesday, hopefully it was just a blip. A little blip on the radar, and I think we're in good shape now. Close this, and then set that, apply, and we are all good. So, got a couple things from her. I mean, the reality, this is a haunting case. The reality is that whenever there's an opportunity from a haunting case to blame somebody, we will take that opportunity. I don't know if it's going to be her, I don't know if it's going to be somebody else. It's hard to say. But there is always a guilty party when it comes to these haunting cases. So in the off chance that, you know, this is a limited time offer, we'll go ahead and get the stuff from Phoebe. And then there's a Shane, a girl. Shane, you want to come up? I'm going to get Shane to jump in my lap. I was telling the kitty cats. Oh, actually, the original plan was that Gracie and I were going to be getting the doggy, Bonnie. We're going to be adopting Bonnie on Saturday. So Saturday, you know, normally when you have cats, every Saturday is Catterday. But we were thinking that Saturday might instead be Satterdog instead of being Catterday. However, we talked to the foster person that's watching her right now, and she said she's fully recovered from her spaying procedure. She says she's looking great. She says, honestly, if you want to pick her up tomorrow, let's fucking do it. And I said, hell yes, we're gonna get Bonnie tomorrow, and I'm very excited. And get Bonnie the doggy.
Tell me about yourself.
In the meantime,
that I might better understand who haunts you.
Let's keep kind of pulling,
proud. Town drunk,
easing at this situation here.
A fine chess player, even better when tipsy. That's about it.
She's a widow. Wonder if she will make any mention of if she's had kids before. Because yeah, that one note, I hope it's not the ghost of a child. You know, a neglected child or something like that. I hope it's not one of those cases.
What can you tell me about your late husband?
The truth is as boring as a sober day, I'm afraid. A happy couple we were until we were not. Strange,
that's
is it not?
detailed.
Now you marry a fine man and at the first small contrariety discover he's a dubious, unreliable coward.
Could he be a mysterious ghost?
Took less than a month for Solomon to abandon me. My caring husband became a brickle white-livered chicken. He trooped off a hunting. Heard he died in New France, spitting my name. If there's more, you'll have to find it out for yourself. Your Scottishness.
That's me. I'm Scottish, all right.
No other family?
No. I'm the child of dead parents and the parent of a dead child.
Oh.
The truth, as I say, is boring.
All right, so it sounds like her late husband is dead, and that he was a piece of shit, and that he just kind of fucked off and had nothing to do with her afterwards. The dead child, though, oh man, I was hoping it wasn't going to be one of those, but that is concerning.
How long have you been running the store in the Harrows?
Years, decades, centuries. When I arrived, the farmers had no store. Folks were glad to have me. Even old Haskell was pleased.
Old Haskell.
I was a respectable...
Haskell the Rascal is what we called him.
Respectable merchants are a boon to New Eden, don't you know?
What happened to the respectable bit?
My husband and daughter push up daisies in the New World muck, Your Majesty. Respectability is a great steaming pile of horse shite.
Okay. But she's not, you know, she's not bitter or unhappy or anything. She's perfectly content, right?
How's Ishmael? Feeling better, is he?
He's cleaning up the broken glass. I've buggered off till he's finished, and you should too.
Would you know, by any chance, what pulls the trigger on his crises?
He deals with his pain as best he can, like all of us. You leave him alone now, yeah?
She's very protective of him.
I'm sorry, I must insist.
You, Your Majesty, are tugging at my berries now, and it vexes me.
Tugging at my berries. I like that phrase.
My ghost, Mistress Walcott. Ishmael's condition may be important.
It absolutely is
Ishmael
important.
Law just needs a drink.
His last name
He
is
has a
Law.
past, and because of it, when he gets the anxieties, he collapses. It's how he is, and he won't take his medics. Well, that's all right, because I can easily drink enough for two.
The medics, does she mean alcohol, or is there actual medicine that he's not taking? And she said because of his past. I wonder what about his past, troubles him so.
Your troublesome ghost meddles with more than your booze. It also hid your will.
I knew things were vanishing. It wasn't just the liquor.
Whose ghost?
Seems weird that a child would hide someone's will, though.
Sounds like my long-dead husband's particular brand of mischief.
I'm not so sure.
Linger long in the invisible before returning.
If you've liquor stocked elsewhere, I'd like to check it.
I would too, sir. They abandoned my warehouse sometime.
Oh, the
ago, and
warehouse.
Lost the keys. Ishmael may have spares. His room is upstairs, right over our heads.
A trusted friend, is he?
Despite his efforts to keep me alive, I consider him my one and only friend.
Okay. Well, we've got our direction,
Thank you for your time.
how to proceed
I'll take no more of it for now.
for now.
No matter. I've all the time in the world.
We'll be back. We always come back. Some curious stuff there. I mean, the will thing makes perfect sense for that to be the late husband. But yeah, the alcohol thing, I'm concerned this is a neglected child situation. Like, yeah, how'd the child die? Like, that's going to be a sensitive subject, but that is very clearly what we're going to have to ultimately bring up. Is he upstairs right now in his place? He is. We've never been in here, I don't think.
Red, I can't manifest anymore.
It's like he's not in here right now. Let me just whoopsie-daisy take that with me. Sorry, my hand slipped. I accidentally liberated some extra linens. It's fine, they're not gonna miss it. They're not gonna miss it, right, Sheena girl? This is really easy to reach. Ghost word. I wonder why the ghost word was necessary, though. Seems a little odd.
Games of strategy, games of chance.
So we know he was getting pretty good at chess. So maybe he's playing other games as well. Not like that's overly weird or concerning. Looks like there's something hidden right here. We'll save that one for last. Let's keep poking around here. Some
Wet
boots.
sand. Did Ishmael go to the sea recently?
There's a beach by Phoebe Walcott's warehouse.
Was Ishmael running his own business behind his drunk boss's back?
Interesting. That would be pretty cunning of him. I wouldn't expect him to be like kind of, sneaky like that necessarily. Spot here as well.
This Bible really annoyed him.
I hope he kept his opinion to himself.
I was gonna say this is a pretty pious, pretty religious place. People around here wouldn't take kindly to that. A confession. His confession. Bennett Law, not kill me instead of you. So his last name is Law. So Bennett maybe is a brother, sibling, or something. Why did I not find the strength to kill him? He says I tried, but his men pinned me down, or pinned me to the ground. He says. His drunken voice above the pain. An eye for an eye, he claims, so they took mine. Right, so that explains why he has that glass eye. Well, it doesn't explain it, but it is... It's a partial explanation. With you when he strangled you. The liquor on his breath. He knew Bennett Law was a bad master. So the woman's name, I can't remember her name, but her last name is not Law, I don't think. I think this is just Ishmael. On a way to pay our freedom back before it was too late. Instead of bad master, was this like an indentured servitude kind of thing? Indentured, yeah. Wow. There's the word right there. There's the phrase. I must pay by surviving you, my dear Bess. And I think Phoebe is the girl. I think that's a woman that he works for. So Bess, I guess, was his wife, I suppose.
Inconsolable.
Yeah, widower, yeah.
Widower. Sober and inconsolable.
Also, a shy, bottle-breaking ghost.
That's not a lot to go on.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one, but I mean, we've seen Stranger. We've seen stranger things.
Keeping this, especially around here.
Was he scared of a ghost? I'd like to ask him about that.
So yeah, the remains of a ghost ward. I mean, I don't think ghost wards not being allowed is weird. Or rather, I don't think ghost wards being around should be considered weird necessarily. I mean, earlier the entire town was covered in them. So, I mean, I don't think anybody could blame them for wanting to keep them at bay, all things considered. But if he already knew about a ghost kind of thing happening, then yeah, that's probably it. If there's a sign that yes, there was a haunting already kind of happening that he was trying to get away from. Got the warehouse key that presumably the ghost had hidden. Yeah,
So
Phoebe Walcott.
Also took time to hide that key. Must be important. What exactly does this ghost want? There's no clear pattern.
Banisher rule number 1, a ghost always lingers for a reason.
Let's have a chat with Ishmael Law.
I was thinking we were just going to go right to the warehouse, but Ishmael might be downstairs. I appreciate that Phoebe kind of gave us carte blanche approval to just rummage through his stuff. I mean, hopefully he's going to be okay with it, but... Oh, there he is. Phoebe's not here. I mean, that took very little time. Out of curiosity, this is still locked? Yes, it is. And this is also still locked.
Mr. Law?
How can I help you, sir?
I like your beard.
Kind of easy to work for someone who drinks so much.
Phoebe Walcott deals with her pain the only way she knows.
But you dislike heavy drinkers, don't you?
My friend is wounded by the horrors of the world.
Hey, what's up, Jesse? Good to see you, bud.
So that she does not weep. But I weep enough for two.
Even with just the one eye. We're playing a really cool game called Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. I've got a kitty cat on my lap, by the way. And Gracie and I are adopting a dog tomorrow, which is very exciting. So so things are good. Things are good. We're playing a really cool game. I got a happy kitty cat in my lap, and I'm gonna have a happy doggy tomorrow, and I'm very, very excited. I'm buzzing with anticipation. This game is a really cool game. We play as pretty much Ghostbusters. We're like investigator Ghostbusters, detective Ghostbusters. And right now we're trying to understand why this dude and one other lady are being haunted by ghosts. If there's something about their past that is coming back to haunt them. Trying to understand, like he said, like, oh yes, you know, we've experienced so much pain in our past. We're trying to understand what pain did he experience, and who did it involve that explain this haunting situation that's happening. And Ishmael is a particular case because we saw earlier that yeah, when he saw the broken bottles of alcohol, he kind of had like an anxiety attack, like a panic attack. Ask him about it.
A fit of worry. Not the first.
We got Rusa in the house. What's up, Rusa?
What scared you?
Rusa, I love the photos of the kitty cats you shared.
Embarrass me.
They look so sweet.
No need to be embarrassed, Mr. Law. But I do need the information if I'm to end this haunting.
My fits, sir, being the work of no ghost, shall not be your business neither.
He suffers in silence, just like his friend.
What about the ghost ward we saw?
The villagers burned the governor's ghost wards.
Oh, they did.
But you kept one in your room.
Well, why though? I guess because they didn't trust the governor.
The wards were sent by God. Yes, I keep one in my lodgings. The better to be safe from evil.
Oh, sorry, we broke it.
Since you deposed the governor, here God's voice is little heard. The Almighty, it turns out, is easily deterred.
God has forsaken Ishmael Law, or so he thinks.
God may be easily deterred, sir. But I'm not.
Then you had better get to work, for the good folk of the Harrows teeter on the brink.
That sounds good, Rusa. Sounds chill. Hope your day's off to a good start. Well, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. My Thursday is winding down as your Friday is beginning. We're playing more Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, and perhaps most importantly, I'm sucking down some game fuel because that's how it works, man. Thursday is a little bit of a longer day for me usually because I have to get up early for work, like extra early because I have to go to the office. Today was also a fruitful day. It was a fruitful evening too because when I got home, Gracie and I spent like 2.5 hours building a cat tree for the cats. One of which is in my lap right now. You probably can't really see too well on the webcam, but she's there. She's a happy buddy. And so yeah, it's good, but you know, a little bit of a caffeine pick-me-up never hurt anybody. We got Dad in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, dude. Some more Rim World, some Factorio. I've yet to play Factorio, but you know I love me some Rim.
What can you tell me about
solid
Covenant
choices?
Beach?
Not much, sir.
There's a locked warehouse there. The ghost that haunts this store hid the key.
That was Mistress Walcott's storehouse, the center of her business. It's derelict now.
But you've been there of late, haven't you? I found sand from the beach in your lodgings. Why did you go to the warehouse? And why would the ghost hide the key to it?
I don't know what you are scraping for, mister, but you'll not find it on my boots.
Well, no, we found it off of your boots. Like it was the little like kind of mudroom area. Now you can probably see the kitty cat. Although it's, well, she's got a very dark complexion coat of fur, so it's kind of hard to see on the webcam. But there is a cat here, believe it or not. and I know because I have to like awkwardly like kind of like move my arms around or over her when I'm trying to, you know, use the keyboard here.
See you later, Ishmael.
We don't really get much from him. He's being real cagey, which means we got to go to the warehouse. That's the only other option.
Jeez. We found nothing conclusive.
The warehouse by the beach is the only lead left. Let's go.
And that's going to be a bit of a jaunt. Let's see. Oh, it's over this way. Oh, okay. Well, in the meantime, I am kind of curious whatever's going on here. There was something inside. Oh, this is at the Haskell residence. Because we heard Lamia's upset about something. We could hear him. I think even from the outside, we could hear him muttering about something. He was expressing frustration about something. He's not down here, obviously.
As a community,
We can kind of... he must be upstairs.
we can do better.
So he, of course, is the governor's son, the late governor's son. And it sounds like he is feeling the pressure. Feeling the pressure when it comes to being the expected leader of the community. Now,
Far away, God willing. Build bridges, say the wise, that people may better understand each other. Build a jetty, say I, so that a ship may come and we can leave. New Eden is a fascinating study for you and I. But for ordinary folk, it is, as I've heard it put, a shite hole.
leaving might help, and leaving changes nothing. I don't know. Leaving might help. This place is kind of fucked. But if there's something eating away at you internally, then leaving changes nothing. I don't know. This place is kind of messed up.
Leaving sounds right to me, if these people learn from their mistakes.
They repent, Mistress Duarte. A new start elsewhere, away from the place in which they sinned, will do them good.
Spoken like a leader.
I fear, however, that not everyone shall listen. I fear what shall befall them if they stay behind.
So, Lammy, what's the
That
word
sounds
around
good,
here?
Russo. That's right. Happy International Women's Day. That's correct, my friend. Yeah, here in Central Time, so we got a few hours to go. Also, I think this Sunday is Daylight Savings Time springing forward, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it's in 2 weeks. I can't remember, but soon. Very soon.
Tell me about the settlers. Anything strange to mention?
Spill the tea,
Strange
sis.
people, I mean.
Folk have been quite lovely as it happens. Each tries to do their best and spirits are high. Thinking
That's
about it,
unusual to hear.
that's actually really strange.
Yeah, it's strange that people would be
Really
happy
strange
right now.
Indeed.
Finland was the first. That's awesome. I did not know that detail, Russo, although I don't doubt it. Finland and a lot of the Scandinavian countries tend to be ahead of the curve in that
It's not
sense.
easy. I don't have my father's authority, and people fear evil more than ever.
And then how are you doing, Lammy?
What about you, Lammy?
Lamentations.
How are you?
I'm well, or as well as I could wish for. But I still have questions for you, mistress.
We have time for one or two.
I've seen how you move. Do time and space work differently for you?
She's got a fan.
When I'm with the living. But yes, they're different.
It's like the annoying fan from
May I ask
Oblivion.
another?
Sure.
Yes, you may.
And what do you miss from being alive?
A big question. Too big to answer. Where would I start? I miss all of it.
May I ask another?
Sure.
Yes, you may.
Did you see God? Have you met angels? What about demons? Who's in charge in the afterlife?
I'm
A lot of
afraid
questions.
I have no answer for you.
May I ask another?
We're gonna say, all right, Lammy.
Let's leave it there.
Keep it in your pants, Brosif, Broheim. Let's get to the side quest then. 1906.
We over
This is
here.
also lower class though.
What are you working on?
I, to my horror, am working on a speech. It's... well, it's terrible.
He strikes me as the kind of guy that'd be
Know where to
nervous about
start.
public speaking.
You've not asked for advice, but I'll give it anyway. You could start with forgiveness. Seems appropriate.
That might just work. Thank you.
I
It's a little
think
nudge.
Tell the truth, I don't rightly know. They don't trust me. They tell me nothing, and when they do, they're probably lying. And without the wards, well, I fear things will get worse before they get better. In fact, they already have. Spectres walk, and we are in need of a banisher. Or two.
But we do have one right here. Oh, team up!
Peace. Well, I doubt they'll be grateful. But perhaps they should have the strength to believe in a
We got mega
brighter
team up in the
future.
house. What's up, broski, Broheims and bros and lady bros, fellas and Cinderellas? We got Eurodrunk. What's up? We got mega team up in the house. Let me do a quick shout out for mega team up. It's a little bit tricky whenever a raid comes in when we're having the dialogue stuff going down. There we go. Doing some Pal World. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Do you have any clips from tonight's stream, or even just a somewhat recent stream? Doesn't have to be from tonight. As you probably know, whenever somebody raids, I always like to ask for a clip if there's anything you'd like to share. We're playing a really cool game called Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. I was just describing it earlier to a couple of other folks that joined in. You're basically playing as Ghostbusters from the late 1600s. So the late 1690s, you're the 1690s equivalent of being Ghostbusters, and we're going from place to place, trying to suss out the source of hauntings, trying to figure out why somebody's being haunted by ghosts, and trying to like uncover what things about their past have enabled ghosts to, you know, to wish ill upon the living. Lammy here is not currently haunted by a ghost, actually, but he does have a side quest for us. And also I have a kitty cat that wants to jump up. Wanna come up, Sheena girl? She came down and is acting very sassy. So I'm like trying to, like, you know, encourage her to jump up. You wanna come up, sweet girl? We have 2 kitty cats for anyone curious. And she's thinking about it. Come here, sweetie. Come here. There we go. I got Shana girl. So this is Shana. She's our tortoiseshell. She's like 17 years old, so she's very old. She's a good sweetie girl. Yeah, Power World's good. Yeah, I haven't actually played it. I've watched it a decent bit. I've watched a number of people play it. And yeah, it looks very fun and very silly. I never really did play Ark or any of the other kind of like survival crafting games. So I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but it looks pretty cool though. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, make a team up. You know how it goes. Whenever somebody raids, I always like to ask if there's any clips you want to share. It's totally up to you, but I always love to see what kind of stuff you're up to. And yeah, we are playing a really cool game. And let's see if there's more. Actually, I guess that's it for the side quest then.
We'll see what we can do to help you.
It sounds like he wants us to dispel some of the specters.
If you need anything, I'll be here.
It's
I'm
sweet
not using
Jane. No,
anyone
that's
else.
right, sweet girl. Well, it doesn't really specify hauntings in the Harrows. So if I check the map, oops, wrong button. If I check the map, I guess the idea is we're just to explore, you know, within the Harrows. I guess it's nothing, like super obvious necessarily. Last cat was 17. Yeah, old kitty cats. That's right, and she's getting up there. We're actually not 100% sure if she's exactly 17. She could be more like 16, could be 18 or even 19. We're not 100% clear, but she's definitely getting up there. But yeah, that's, I mean, you know, cats can last a long time, obviously. So the King Pocket, I'm guessing that's a desirable pal, in the annals of pal world. There's a few other things we could kind of work towards. Obviously, there's other side quest things in other parts of this general region we're in, and of course some a little bit further out. I'm gonna actually pursue this one. I sometimes have a tendency to scoop up more quests than I know what to do with.
Step by step that we overcome.
So I'll try to be a little bit more focused in picking one and sticking to it before I like scoop up all the.
A new building needs a solid foundation. I wonder if ghosts still linger.
Want to talk over them. So like there's always like the Elder Scrolls idea of, oh, let me just scoop up all the side quests all at once and then just
Words have
venture out into the world.
the right speech at the right moment can change the world.
I heard General Count von Stalenberg speak to his troops once. They didn't look like much, but when he spoke, soldiers listened. When all seemed lost, he filled their hearts with courage, hope, and rage against the enemy. It was quite the speech.
What did he say?
I don't know. I don't speak German.
But he said whatever he said with great fervor and inspired all of us. Yeah, so like I said, we're playing.
Herbs and Phoebe's thirst. Reminds me of the good old days. Just lie me down in a puddle of piss and had a couple angry ghosts.
The ghost may
Puddle of
be
piss.
discreet, even sneaky, but these two are haunted.
I do wonder about Phoebe's husband.
Phoebe's
I do.
husband, maybe?
It could be
Ishmael's old
both.
Master was a drunk too. Alcohol has to be the key to this case.
'Cause, yeah, the haunting case we're investigating right now is that Phoebe, the store owner, says she's witnessed bottles of alcohol just getting knocked off shelves randomly. They'll just fall off the shelf suddenly, land on the floor, and shatter. Also, gotta shoot that one. She says that's like that. It like just keeps happening on its own, and she at first thought she was like hallucinating, but sure enough, we've seen evidence that she is being haunted by something, some kind of spirit. But it's an odd thing for a ghost to do. It's like a very harmless activity. Usually, haunting symptoms are a little bit more ominous and a little bit more in your face. And the ghost has been like hiding some of her other things, some of her other possessions. But yeah, it's kind of inconclusive right now. Also, I see what might be a cursed chest. Gonna venture that way for a little bit. But anyway, so that's kind of like, this is a situation right now where we have an investigation, and we have a couple of like tidbits. In fact, if I click this button here, go into the haunting cases. So they're I guess both considered pariahs. You know, we have some details about Phoebe and about Ishmael. That she is a lush, maybe even an alcoholic. She loves the booze. And Ishmael is her only friend, and that she has a late husband who is dead, and a child who is also dead. Ishmael is also kind of mysterious. He has these panic attacks that kind of start suddenly with very little explanation, and yeah, Phoebe is his only friend as well, and there's some evidence that he has some kind of trauma that he's experienced in the past. Mention of a late wife that died by some horrible event, but doesn't really go into elaboration. Something about his boss, like a not Phoebe, but a previous boss that he worked with. Sort of like a Witcher. Yeah. El Gaso, one of my mods, calls this game, "We have Witcher 3 at home." He says that's what this game is. This game is like, yeah, because I realize The Witcher is all about like hunting beasts and the creatures and beasts, and I guess maybe even ghosts and specters and zombies. But yeah, you're hunting various things. This one is specifically about ghosts, but also like not just hunting the ghosts and busting them or banishing them, but understanding why is somebody being haunted by a ghost. Because sometimes, as is the case with a bunch of the cases we've looked at, a lot of the times someone is being haunted by somebody not because of like something minuscule, but it's because there's the classic case where someone's like, "Hey, me and my new boyfriend are doing great, but 2 weeks ago we've been having these weird things happen, things disappearing, books flying off shelves, screams in the night randomly, weird fucked up nightmares. Also, my ex-husband died under mysterious circumstances also 2 weeks ago, and but I have nothing to do with it, nor does my brand new boyfriend. I wonder if there's any relation. Well, anyway, Banisher, I want you to solve my haunting case." And of course you find out, oh, they conspired to kill the guy, that's why he's haunting them. So it's not just a take care of the ghost, it's also a like, what fucked up thing caused the ghost to be so mad in the first place. Ghosts don't just haunt people in this game's universe for funsies. If a ghost lingers, it's because of something that it feels is unresolved, and usually it's because they were wronged horribly. So like understanding what's the like underlying explanation is key to so much of this. Also, we have these totems we can find sometimes that can help unlock chests, not unlike that one. In fact, I don't even know if I've been in this little area before, so we're gonna explore around it a little bit. But yeah, this game is a very good game though. Phasmophobia, Mortuary Assistant. I actually have not played Mortuary Assistant, but it looks extremely cool. Looks extremely cool. Also, we have our ghost waifu with us, and she helps us uncover things that only she can see in the spirit realm, things that are sometimes obscured from mortals' eyes. So I bet there's something around here, because I think we saw her hand glow. See, if I switch back to mortal, to Red McWraith, there was like something that caused our hands to glow. That usually means there's like some kind of ghostly thing that is that Antea needs to be able to see. But actually nothing jumps out, so maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw something. I thought I ran by something earlier, but maybe not. So anyway, so I do want to do some more exploring. We got Meerkat in the house. What's up, bud? She's our ghost waifu. Well, I say the word waifu in a very non-biblical sense. Because I'm pretty sure they were never actually married, but they're absolutely romantically involved.
To make you angry.
Like at the beginning of the game, it is made extremely clear that they are very much in love with each other. Also, there is combat. The combat in this game it's pretty cool, and it's kind of flashy, but it's not amazing. If you're really into Dark Souls, that kind of thing, this game might come up a little bit short for you. But it's okay. I mean, if this is one of those games where if it was just the combat and just the exploration aspect as like an action RPG, it'd probably come up a little bit short. But when it comes to the narrative and the storytelling, it is exemplary. It is very, very good. I think the characters are cool. I think the haunting cases are interesting and at times very sad and very tragic. And sometimes you're forced to make some questionable ethical choices on how you pursue a ghost case. hunting case, that is. So I like this game a lot, but you know, if you're in it because you want something that is more action oriented, it might come up a little bit short.
Be quick.
Also, there is a ghost, or not a ghost, a haunting ivy, creeping ivy. That's what it's called. There's a fella. Antea is a special case because she has... Oh, you know what? I should do this. She does extra good damage against specters, and that's what these absolutely are. Ouch. Yeah, the specters are... Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Those were just regular wolves. Never mind. I thought they were being... I thought those were being possessed by specters, but those were just regular wolves. We actually haven't fought just regular animals in a while. Usually it's like a zombified animal. It's good to see a meerkat. Yeah, and Phasma. Yeah, I love me some Phasmo. Love me some Phasmophobia. Haven't played it in a while. I think last time I played Phasmophobia was like probably 2 years ago. Very fun game though. Love it. So that's one of them. I need to find the blue one. Where's the blue boy? There he is. There's usually a few nodules we have to shoot once we ensnare the core. What's up, Farsight? Ethics are an achievement list. Farsight says, don't worry about it, Alex. Don't worry about it. It's just a formality. Ethics in ghost hunting cases are just a formality. Good to see you, Farsight. We are continuing with where we left off on Tuesday with this game. And damn, I only really do see just the one little... Oh, there's a second one there. There might be a third one. Sometimes there's three. Awfully convenient if I could actually shoot from here. Maybe I can. Can I activate this from here? No. Oh, there's one up there. Oh, that's sneaky. That's real sneaky. So I'll start on this side, I think. Yeah. Start from this side. I mean, the thing is, we'll be able to shoot them both from that side. So I think if I just do this, take this off here, have red, shoot there, shoot this one, and I also shoot that from here.
And
there we go.
Well done.
Not sure if that was exactly how they wanted us to do it, but it worked. The ghosts are already dead. Oh, no, I don't mean ethical in far as like, well, there is an aspect that could say that, yes, how the ghost is treated has ethics questions because, you know, how somebody, if you're banishing someone to hell for their misdeeds, which may or may not have been, you know, worth it, that kind of thing, I guess that's one thing. But also for the living, because, you know, we are also sometimes killing people for the things that they did that caused a ghost to haunt somebody. That very much has been a recurring theme here. So yes, the dead and the living, ethics for both, I suppose. But you did get an... Oh, that's nice, Rusa. That's nice. Yeah. So you're able to play it now. That's good. Yeah. Because I know it's a fairly new game. I think the graphics and hardware demands are probably fairly high for that game. But yeah, you got a pretty nice upgrade recently, which is very nice. That is exciting. Yeah. Getting a hardware upgrade like that is always so refreshing. Now I think I've already looked over here. That catches my eye. Is there... I wonder if there's a way I can get up top. I think that means there's something up there. That means there's something up there that I would very much like to have. You know what? Unless I'm full of shit. Hold on. Let's check the inventory real quick. Maybe... Okay, this is just the first of the sower. There's still 2 more I need. They're probably somewhere around here, but can't say for sure. was hoping we could find an obvious path leading up. That's okay. Yeah, drink the liberty. Exactly. Exactly. This actually will bring us towards our objective. So we'll continue this way. Thank you for asking, by the way, Farsight. We do have the multi-streaming going right now. Farsight knows that sometimes I will go half an hour, 1 hour. I think I one time went like 2.5 hours before I realized it, and I was like, well, it's late enough. Fuck it. I'm past the point of no return. Farsight knows I sometimes get so excited at the prospect of streaming and playing video games that I get all caught up in my bullshit and forget to initiate the multi-streaming protocols. I can see if there's any extra things in the distance I can work towards. I can break this down.
I love doing that.
A couple of nice things for our efforts. No, none of the totems, unfortunately, like I was hoping to find. But some nice things, some nice resources, which are helpful. None of the little wispy friends, little caged wisps. Only sometimes. And yeah, I think by sometimes, I think I mean just about every stream. Like the last couple streams, it's been like within less than an hour, usually around half an hour or so is when it like suddenly dawns on me. But I was pretty good today. It was like within 10 minutes of the main content. Because that's the thing, I know if I start the multi-streaming too early, it's weird because I think it's an algorithm kind of thing. I think it's, you know, appeasing the almighty algorithm is what it comes down to. Because, yeah, if you're like, if the category is set for playing a video game, but I've got the full webcam screen up and I'm kind of chatting with people, I've noticed that the algorithm, general discoverability is already not great on many of the platforms that I multi-stream to, but it is especially not good if I start not with the gameplay screen up. So that's why I usually delay a little bit. Make sure we get into like the real content, the real shit. We got one-legged duck in the house. What's up, bud? Yeah, 0 to 10 minutes. It's pretty sweet. We found Covenant Beach, by the way. Heard about this place a couple of times, but our first time getting to see it in person, and supposedly the warehouse is somewhere around here. Probably somewhere over there, if I had to guess. Can I make that jump? Yes, but I'm going to explore a little bit first. Scorn was another one. And Bramble. Yeah, Bramble looks awesome. I've seen that game. Can play them both. That's so awesome, isn't it, Russo? Yeah. Anytime, especially with computers. I mean, I guess the same could be said for consoles. Although rarely with consoles do you have a case where, oh, it's like, oh man, I wish I could play this game that I bought. I mean, I guess if you, for whatever reason, bought a game for a console you didn't own yet, that'd be an odd choice. But I'm just thinking like, yeah, here's a game that I bought and I can sort of play it, but it doesn't run very well. Or this game I want to buy, but I know if I buy it, my current hardware won't be able to run it. There's something so satisfying about then making a hardware upgrade and being like, yes, I am unlocked. I feel like Goku when he's fighting Frieza and he takes off the weighted clothing and he's able to whoop some ass. Like, you feel enabled and powered up and so fucking badass. It's a very satisfying feeling. Being able to, like, being like, yo, I can play that thing I really wanted to play. Like, I'm uninhibited now. It's a good time. So that just loops back around here. I kind of want to do the warehouse stuff last. Let's maybe explore more this way, because that's clearly where the warehouse is. No question. 6 hours of gameplay, but it's an 8-hour game. Probably Scorn, right? Because Mortuary Assistant, I think, is a little bit longer. Not sure how long Bramble is. I heard Scorn was not everyone's favoriteest. I think it's a matter of expectations. I think some people maybe expected too much from the game, but I've heard some people say Scorn is like, it's cool visually, and the puzzles are not everyone's favorite aspect. Not everyone loves the puzzles necessarily, but it sounds like a lot of people agree the aesthetics are on point, and the gross H.R. Geiger design is interesting. Also, oh, it's blocked. I see it. There's a rock blocking our path. Like they're you know, the design and general visuals are on point, but yeah, I know that some people said the puzzles kind of came up short for Scorn. I'm just parroting what I've heard. Of course I haven't played it myself, so I can't weigh in on it, but I just heard some people say it was like a disappointment for them. But at the same time, though, I don't know. That it struck me as the kind of game that didn't necessarily need to have amazing puzzles, if that makes sense. Like, it struck me as the kind of game where if the gameplay was awesome and super well made, then that's nice. But it's almost like it didn't need that necessarily. Like the extremely unique presentation was enough, I think, for most people at least, to, like, you know, kind of get the foot in the door. Might have lost your favorite game, really? Can I ask what? Can I be extremely nosy and ask what game it is that you're not sure will run well on modern computers? Because I've usually had the opposite. I've had games, like old games, that ran like shit on Windows 7 that run pretty well in Windows 10. Sometimes I still have to like find like a fan-made DLL or some kind of fan patch or community patch to fix something or to shore up something that was lacking from the technical side, that is. But usually those kinds of fan fixes, community fixes, work better, in my anecdotal experience, in Windows 10 versus 7. I can't comment on 11 because I don't have 11 yet, although it's only a matter of time before I have to switch. And uppercut, bam. Ouch.
Trouble's about.
I go ahead and just blast that fool. Yes, I can. And while I'm blasting people, bam!
Ready and waiting.
Shooting ghosts in the face works, apparently. We got Ace Roy in the house, by the way. Yeah. Atmosphere design. Yeah, exactly. It's Ace Roy. That exactly mirrors what I've heard. And again, I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking shit or that I'm like, you know, armchair game designer. You know, I don't want to make it sound like I'm, you know, some kind of streamer trying to impose his will or opinions on others. I'm just parroting what I've heard. But yeah, it sounds like the aesthetics, the design, like Ace Roy said, just the overall presentation is really badass. And yeah, it's, man, I wouldn't want this, obviously, but it sounds like one of those cases where the people working on the game were like, yo, we've really done a great job with this presentation. Like, we have formulated such a cool looking and sounding and thing that just oozes style, something that really no other game has done, you know, as far as like really the visual aspect, which is really cool. And then like somebody was like, wait a second, how do we make the game fun? And then they were like, oh shit, what, you're right, what are we doing? So like I'm mostly just joking around. I don't think that's actually what happened, but you know, those cases where it's like, how do I make the game fun? They were like, they kind of looked at each other like, I thought you were doing that. I thought you were handling making the game good. Fuck. Is it the weenus removal game? I more or less, I think yes. It's H.R. Giger, xenomorph, biomechanical penises and proboscises going into orifices. To be honest, when I first saw the trailer for the game, I was like, this game would like gross me out, and I don't want to play it. I'm good, fam. They're frustrating. Yeah, that's the thing too. It sounds like the puzzles aren't just kind of half-baked, but also not well designed.
Why not force them to appear?
Do a little combat action. A little combat zone here. Gonna be specters, not a scourge. Not a scourge, just specters.
No step from the shadows.
Oh, no, just ghosts.
Yeah.
And they're pretty low level. This guy's a little bit spicier. But not really. It's going to explode really loudly and knock him on his ass. This guy's a lot of defense. More damage against full health. Oh, I see. Full health. It's a big ol' hit. Yeah, so Antea does extra damage against specters, which is why I'm having her fight those fools specifically. I was supposed to do a lot of damage, but it didn't really do much to that guy. He's just very healthy. You see, I'm not really doing that much damage, obviously, relatively speaking. I'm gonna switch to red for a little bit. Whoa. Somebody over here. I'm gonna miss. That's what I'm gonna also do. There we go. He's out of there. Oh, man. Everyone's so good at dodging. Goddamn. Jesus. Man's out of here. Yeah, he's a fancy fella. He's got all the moves. Dodge this. Oh, crap. I was trying to do the cool uppercut move. I will use my cool super special anime move where I shoot him in the face with a gun. Bam. He's dodging everything. This man is impenetrable. I cannot impregnate him with bullets. I think that's his special power. He just auto dodges bullets forever. Uppercut. Oh, he parried me. Part of the reason even though I don't do as much damage with red, I'm inclined even to use it with him sometimes. You know what? I need to do this more often. Bam! Because as we're doing damage with red, we're healing Antea's spirit points. Will this kill? Not quite. This should do it, though. Jesus, come on, bro. There we go. I'll just hit him with the big finisher.
Not strong enough.
There we go. Still not done, by the way. Just motherfucker. Bam! Killed his ass. Freaking one shot.
This isn't over yet.
It's not over yet. I hear something behind me. I'm just blasting now I'm just blasting fools left and right. Hell yeah.
That corpse is taken in.
This is awesome. Oh, big man. Big man on campus. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm trying to shoot you to death. Ouch. Oof. Oof. Leave me the hell alone. This is saying now I'm not going to do nearly as much damage. Uppercut. Bam. Rip. This will kill.
Blasted pest.
Not quite. Oof. This will kill, I confidently said, before absolutely not having it kill him. Oh, crap.
Time for me.
Oh, I don't have enough spirit points for Antea.
Look to me.
Are we done? Whew, that was a tough fight. Oh, everything's on fire? Excuse me? Oh, I guess it means we cleansed it. Cleansed that shit. Tough fight, though. Multi-step really. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Ace Roy. The one downside, I don't know if it's a downside necessarily, but it's automatic. So I don't really have a way to show on my keyboard. But if I bring up the gun and shoot, like I have to, it doesn't reload automatically unless you're unless you have the gun out. So you have the gun out, I don't have to do anything else. It's an interesting mechanic, but it does the rest of it for you. I'm not having to click any buttons. There's no timing aspect to it, but it does mean that, yeah, if you're like earlier, if I'm having to dip, dodge, duck around, it's the heat of the moment and I need to shoot, but I haven't had a chance to reload, it kind of forces you to like stay still for a little bit. You can kind of move around a little bit, but you have to be pretty rooted in place, relatively speaking. So yeah, you kind of have to plan into that strategically. The gun mechanics, I think, in this game are actually a lot better than I was expecting. When I first got the gun, I hardly ever used it because the game, as you can tell, leans more into melee combat. But yeah, there have been a number of times where I'm just blasting with my gun and I feel like a boss. Especially because we have a thing with the build we have. This is one of these games where, you know, you have a number of armor things you can wear, a number of weapons you can use. There's the secondary weapon, the rifle, of course, healing items, and there's Antea's talismans. So you can kind of build up your build, I guess, dependent on your play style. And one of the things we have is, as we're getting successive headshots against bad guys, our damage goes up each time, and it resets if we take a hit. But it's you can really get some good momentum going with taking shots if you're just constantly smacking the headshots on the baddies. It's very satisfying and very fun. And as much as I enjoy that, we're also here for a quest. So I should have done this earlier, because that's a nice way to get him extra fancy. Oh, I didn't want to hit that guy. I'm gonna do this. Good damage against that guy.
Can I do
Uppercut!
too?
Bam! Oh, what? I missed! Kick! Kicked his ass. Next time, I kicked his face. Quick reload. We were just talking about that earlier. Yeah, we're here for a... well, it's not really a story quest. It is a side quest, but a quest no less. Has like a Gears of War kind of vibe to it. You cancel the bow. Right, yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, you like cancel one aspect of the reloading. Like, come on, you already put the mag in just because you didn't like... I'm not really much of a gun guy in real life, but like you put the magazine in and then you pull like the little lever back to kind of load that the first bullet in. Like, the mag is in, why do you have to put a fresh mag in with the reloading animation when it was partially complete? Like you'd said, it makes perfect sense that there'd be some kind of multi-step aspect to it that is, you know, maybe a little bit more forgiving. The name of the ship is Constance, which is a name we've heard before. We've heard, there was a person we talked to that's name was Constance, wasn't there?
Constance. Just like the title of the unfinished painting.
Oh, the painting. That's what it was in Phoebe's room. 'Cause yeah, once again, we're still trying to uncover an explanation behind the haunting cases, case or cases with Phoebe and Ishmael.
Phoebe Walcott's warehouse is bigger than I'd imagined.
She had quite the business. Little remains.
It makes me wonder if it's one ghost. I almost wonder if it's two ghosts. If it's someone from Ishmael's past haunting him, and someone from Phoebe's past haunting her separately, but there's some sort of thing entwangling the two in some way. Can I go in here? I cannot. It's locked.
This
Okay.
is locked from the inside.
So I like bastardizing the English language in horrible ways, and entwangling is one of my more favorite ones. An old protest letter. I feel we have been treated disrespectfully. We came to you because I wanted to establish a new center of trade. This is probably Phoebe's letter. New tell, hopeful inhabitants. There's the sea. We have forest, hunters, fishermen, craftsmen, blah, blah, blah. I had made contact with... oh, wait, no, yeah, Walcott. Right, that's... so Phoebe Walcott. So it was not written by her. I have made contact with Mistress Walcott, who seemed to be an honorable lady. But she brings disgrace upon your time, and you should run her out of it. It was dog shit in the food we bought. Wait, literal dog shit? And Bennett, right? Bennett is the guy that Ishmael indicated had killed someone. Something about Bennett is
Law.
horrible.
Ishmael's master and the man who killed his wife.
Killed his wife.
Docked here. Ishmael must have been devastated.
I bet it was Phoebe who put dog shite in his food.
Oh, I thought it meant that whatever went down happened here. It sounds like whatever happened predated Bennett coming here. So yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was Phoebe, since, you know, Phoebe and Ishmael are BFF. Maybe she was the one who was like, "Don't worry, Ishmael, I got you covered, B. I got you covered, B. I'm gonna put some literal shit in this guy's food." I mean, if he killed the guy's wife, I mean, yeah. Who could blame him for having beef with that guy? That guy sounds like a piece of shit. Got the yellow gamer paint. There you go. And for anything up on the rafters. Looks like the warehouse was not fully constructed. Wasn't quite done, because obviously the roof is incomplete. What's this? So the ships that have arrived: Woolwich, Bristol. Oh wait, no, White Hound, Woolwich, Audacious. Oh, that's the name of the place. It was from Bristol. Good and Tulp from Rotterdam. Oh, that's quite the name. Smargov from Stockholm. Grot Kroon from Rotterdam. Royal Compass from Portsmouth. No mention of Constance, which is the ship that, or the boat at least, that has some kind of significance to Phoebe.
This would be a perfect smuggler's hideout.
It's a Bogasso.
At this point in the case, anyone and anything is suspicious.
He's not wrong. You're right, you're right. Also, I should be in ghost mode because there could be some ghostly stuff that would be worthy of our attention. Although nothing jumps out yet. Some circumstantial evidence. Or maybe not even evidence, but just circumstantial things that caught our eye. Can you jump up here? I sure can. We are on the 3rd floor. And of course, this is a warehouse, which means I can just help myself to its wares as a house. Pretty cool. Will this lead me into the extra area?
Let's go find some answers.
Cave. Wasn't expecting a cave. Oh, I used the, the key to get into here. This is very much
an echo.
The main deal then. All right. Well, what can we listen to, or maybe even see with this echo? We listen.
I should have killed him. Killed that dog with my bare hands. Bess, my poor love. Forgive me.
Honestly, Ishmael's case sounds like he just had a rough go of it, man. Tenuous spectral stains. It sounds like he's had it out for Bennett because Bennett killed his wife. I mean, yeah. Bennett killed Ishmael's wife and he's fucking pissed about it. Like, yeah, of course he'd be pissed. There's really no evidence yet that that Ishmael's done anything bad. So why would a ghost be haunting him?
Ishmael Law drinks just as much as Miss Wilcott, except he hides it.
Oh, so he's a
spilling
lush.
the liquor and hiding the key to the warehouse.
The ghost may be trying to stop him drinking, not her.
Well, I mean, if he's gets drunk and angry about the dude killing his wife, that doesn't make him a bad person at all. Just means he's trying to fucking cope. Be other answers. Another treasure cache, by the way. Remembrance is our only chance to avoid repeating the past. Pay my respects to the unknown soldier at God's Acre. Okay, well, simple enough then. We'll be going there again very soon, methinks. Yeah, still some unresolved questions. Certainly with Ishmael and very much so with Phoebe as well. In fact, we haven't really found anything with Phoebe yet. Yeah, it sounds like Phoebe's got something. Like she's undoubtedly has got something with her whole deal about her her late husband and her dead kid. And I suspect the dead kid is what's truly going on here. Maybe the dead husband, but I'm worried the child died due to her neglect. That's what I'm worried about. That would be certainly punishable, potentially at least. There is a tentacle. Oh, there's the blue one. Okay, so I need to see the little yellow fellas. The yeller fellers. I can dispense with the creeping ivy. One. Second one. 1-y and a 2-y. I just need a 3E, a 1E, and a 2E, and a you know what to do-E. Can I break the box? No, I cannot break the box. I'm very sad about it. We have our friend Shake. We have our friend Shake the box. And I need to dip down. How can I dip? How can I dip down? I was hoping there would be a nice little spot where I could just kind of... Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, corrupted weeds.
Okay. Some more stuff to inspect. Don't mind if I do. So 2 years before the events of this game, rental agreement between Phoebe and Widow Ingersoll. That's a name I don't recognize. Is the person's name Widow? Like that's the first name? Or is that like their... Well, yes, the person is a widow, therefore. Therefore, that's what we call them. Use the warehouse to stock the goods. Okay. Sounds alright. It was a profitable enterprise. I mean, that all seems like it was on the up and up. Before things went to shit, and the Harrows, that is. Oh. Little range, fellas. I say, give me the head. Give me some head so that I may shoot it. Oh, helps if I don't miss.
A wee Highland kiss for you.
It was the title. Yeah, it very well could be, yeah. It very well could be. Maybe that was a more common practice back in those days. Just seems like a bit of a, like, rubbing salt in the wound thing. It's like, oh yes, thanks for reminding me that my husband's dead. Still! He's still dead! Every time you're talking to the person, hey, remember that time your husband died? Thanks. Thanks, I'd almost forgotten. So maybe that's why that kind of practice has fallen out of favor in more modern times. Also looks like the creeping ivy is blocking the main entrance. I'll explain why we couldn't get in earlier. Here's the third one. Okay, so yeah, seems like it's usually in groups of 3. That would explain it. And pop this one. There's the one up top, and then the third one. It's above, isn't it? Oh, thank you, Agasso. Yeah, it is extremely possible that it was being squirrely, and I did not notice it until now. Thank you for the heads up on that. Let me do a quick little... I think I fixed it last time by doing a little refreshy. A little refresherino. As I find chat preview, there it is. Properties. I do this. I think I say this. Let's see. Let's see if that made it happy. Test. Not quite. What about that? Oh, here we go. This. I bet that did it. Test 2. Hey, there we go. We got there, baby. Yeah, it's I don't know what causes it to need to be refreshed. It's not like I've had OBS crash on me recently. It's not like we had I mean, we did have some internet issues a couple days ago, but yeah, it's just randomly it just needs a little bit of TLC. Tend to loving care. Rusa says I cannot get up. Rusa, can I go out on a limb and ask if the thing keeping you from getting up is that you have a bunch of kitty cats on you and they have taken you hostage and you are not and they're preventing you from getting out of a comfy space for fear of committing a cat crime. I can use this to go up. I want to see if I can take out the creeping ivy first. Have people make coffee for you, or train the cats to make coffee for you. There you go. Somehow train the kittens to make coffee for you. Easy peasy. I think I do need to go up because we don't really have an angle on this part of the creeping ivy from anywhere on this level. So yeah, maybe we do need to go up. if it'll let us go up. Destroying your slippers. I mean, cats causing a mild amount of property damage. Maybe. It's a thing that maybe has happened to someone somewhere somehow. So this does... Actually, no, it doesn't give us an angle. Can I jump over? Oh, I can just jump here. That is nifty. Very nifty indeed.
Pigment. Tops. Yeah, I don't think she ever actually made paint.
So we're seeing evidence that Phoebe does, in fact, dabble in art. Which is a pleasant surprise. Didn't expect her to actually be interested in art, but she has that blank, that mostly a blank canvas in her bedroom. Telepathically pull the coffee pot. There you go. Use the big brain. That should work. It should work. A sheet to the slipper. Use like a grappling hook. Yeah, and the cats will be drawn to it. Oh, Ghosty, you're a goddamn genius. Anything else out here? So... It's a lot of trouble to be able to shoot this one. I could... Where's the blue boy? Blue boy... yeah, it's on this side here. So what if I did this? What if I started... on this side? I could activate blue fella. Actually, could I? I guess I could activate blue fella from over here. I throw it, and then I can shoot the first yellow fella. Not from up here easily. There's 3 yellow fellas. There's one on the wall there, isn't there? There's one on the wall. Oh, there's one there. There's one there. Okay. What point do I have an angle on this one on the wall, though? I run over here. Shoot this one, and then I would have... I think I would have an angle on that one. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Well, this one's going to be really weird. I hope the timing is going to allow this. It's going to be real crackerjack timing, as we say. The one who fought a crowbar. You fought a crowbar, Rusa. Did you win? Did you win against the crowbar? Asking for a friend. So the first one. Back here. And then... what's next? And there we go. Alright, got it first try. I was worried that we would have to... I was not so sure the timing was going to work out in our favor, but we got there. We got there, baby. I do like the creeping ivy as a puzzle, kind of timing, platforming. You kind of have to, like, plan your moves out. And it's always a question of how do I get from vantage point to vantage point, shoot the targets that are necessary, and, you know, make it home in time for dinner. What's all this now?
Ishmael must have been absolutely hammered.
We have a ritual to hearken an echo. Yeah, it's going to be reveal an echo. See if we can witness
the veil of
what he was doing when he was hitting the bottle as hard as he was.
Bess, there was no God to mind you in this miserable life, and none to welcome you to the next.
What is this place? Where am I?
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Bess.
Ishmael? My husband?
There is no heaven, and yet I shall...
So he was able to speak to her spirit?
Stop torturing yourself.
Bess? But how? Why?
What have you become, Ishmael Law? You must stop all of this. Live better.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's
yeah.
a discreet ghost.
So she's the one breaking the alcohol bottles.
And came back to him after all these years. We need Bess's tie. That way we can make her manifest.
So that would explain this case with Ishmael. I don't know, still not sure about the
Here,
Phoebe
The
situation.
bag. There's an echo.
The bag, she says. Oh, I think there's something up top. Right. Because, yeah, we should be able to push that cart. Yeah, there's something up top there. There we go. I hoist myself up here. So yes, it was okay. Hit the leg. Okay, no stitches. Still sounds unpleasant. If stitches were like nearly necessary, that's still unpleasant. Packed it up well. Reported. Yeah. I'm glad you took things. You took care of business. That's the right call. Still sounds unpleasant, no matter how you slice it. The contents of this chest, real quick. Oh, my person was like falling through the floor for a second there. The main thing we're looking for is what is on this platform. Just yank this thing a little bit back so I can climb. Not hard. What do we get for our troubles? Can jump across here, so I can get that little bit of resources. But here's the big one. Ishmael's freedom contract. An accident at the home of Master Bennett Law, which claimed the lie. Okay, oh, an accident is what they call it. The Law family agrees to terminate his contract. Huh. What I don't understand is the last name connection here. Bennett Law, they said that was his master. Do they mean like Ishmael was like an indentured servant to a family member? Is that what it means? Yeah, so because Bennett killed Ishmael's wife, they figured, okay, well, he at least can be a free man so long as he doesn't like pursue, legal action against him for killing the guy's wife. And that was like 6 years ago. Okay.
Written recognition of Ishmael's freedom after the murder of his wife, Bess. We found our tie. We have the tie. We can make Bess manifest.
Who are you? Why am I here?
Oh. I didn't even have to do anything. She's just here. Usually there's like a ritual to make her appear, but instead she's like, no, I'm here. Here I am.
Wife to Ishmael Law. My name is Antea Duarte. This is Red McWraith. We are Banishers.
Will you banish the ghost of Bess Law? Will it ease her pain?
First things first. You're not after Phoebe Walcott, right? You're here for Ishmael.
I don't know why I'm here. I just want the pain to stop.
Her speaking in the third person was interesting. Oh, interesting. So that's like a thing that I guess happened back then is, yeah, indentured servants they'd have to like be forced to adopt the master's last name. All right, so yeah, so we don't know what Ishmael's original last name was. Meerkat says, I'm back, baby. Safety fixes. Oh, geez. Yeah, no railing. Oh, yeah. That is a thing that was bound to cause a problem for somebody. Bound to cause a problem for someone eventually. But yeah, that's the best guess. Yeah, that's the best guess I can imagine. Or it's just a weird, fucked up coincidence.
You've been breaking Phoebe Walcott's liquor bottles. Why?
It was not me. It was Ishmael. He was dead drunk, breaking bottles in this place.
Not here in the warehouse, but in Phoebe Walcott's shop. You broke many of her bottles.
Ishmael and I served a master who drank. He was a brute. He beat me. He killed me. He took Ishmael's eye. And now my husband is a drunkard. He comes here to soak his sorrows, to drown them in liquor, to draw me back, against my will.
Yeah, exactly. A very Arabic sounding name, and you know, very much visually as well. Having the last name Law kind of is a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit out of place.
Is that why you hid the key?
I think so. I was angry. I was hollow. I spied on him, on her too. I did what little I could to push the abyss away.
You feel empty because you've lingered too long.
All I know is I can stand the pain no more. Not theirs, nor mine.
They had a master. Yeah, that would have been this Bennett fella, the Bennett guy who was their master, the person who killed her and also took Ishmael's eye. Come here, Shanna. Come here, Shanna girl. There we go. Shanna was doing that rare Shanna thing where she came downstairs, looked up at me, and proceeded to yell at me. And I was like, Shanna, do you want to jump up? And she was like, no, I just want to yell. I just want to make my displeasure known.
How did you end up here?
We came from Marrakesh. We left in search of a better life. To pay our way, we signed a contract. 7 years in service to a bad man. The drunkard Bennett Law, who, when drunk, was mean. Liquor turns men and women evil. I know it. I saw it.
It's modern day Morocco. I wondered,
Under
yeah,
the sway
Marrakesh.
of a bad woman, my husband treads the same path. His sorrow has called me back. I remember the pain. I feel the pain so much. They must stop. I'll make them stop.
You're dead a long time. Where were you when you were gone?
I don't know. I was drifting. Away from the pain. Away from the terror of my death. The pain never left my thoughts. But I could feel it no more. And that was good. Now the pain is back. Now I am back. Now I feel Ishmael suffer too. It must stop. It all must stop. And I shall make it stop.
Alright, here comes, and then the big one.
You're dead a long time, Bess. What brought you back now?
My husband. His drunkenness roused my pain and brought me back to him. I was nowhere and nothing. And then, all of a sudden, the world appeared with me in it, and I saw Ishmael, desperate on the floor.
Oop. Alright, I keep forgetting the arrow keys don't work in this menu. You have to use mouse wheel, which is a little bit odd.
Did his despair call you back? Is that why you stay?
Maybe. I don't know. I heard Ishmael speak, and in his words there was pain. He spoke his name, the name of my killer. They brought me back. Ishmael and his pain. That woman and her poison. They must stop.
She seems to have it out for Phoebe slightly.
Mean to bring you back.
Their intentions matter not. Her madness is becoming his. I am trapped in their pain. I am trapped in their pain because of her sway over my husband, and I want it all to stop.
So, of course, she's the one responsible for hiding the will, hiding Phoebe's will. We got Arctic in the house, by the way. What's up, buddy? He's got a video for us. Sorry, I'm trying to like awkwardly kind of move my arms around to get to my keyboard because Shayna is very much in the position of Alex. You require to give me attention. You are mandated to give me attention. Right, sweet girl. And she's a very sweet girl. The one downside that Shayna likes to do is, you know, cats have that stuff they secrete like out of their kind of nose area, and she loves to, you know, rub her nose and her face on me, which is fine, except my cat allergies aren't really a big problem unless cats like get their juices on me, and then it's like a motherfucker. So she keeps wanting to like rub her nose on me, and I keep on being like, no, I'll pet you, that's fine. But like I really, you know, I got short sleeves on right now. I really don't want to be like itching the whole time. It's very uncomfortable. So like I'm trying to kind of work around that. So anyway, on to 1. See what Arctic's got for us. Oh my god.
Oh, he's too mainstream, but that's what they do when they get jealous, they confuse it. It's not hip-hop, it's pop, cause I found a killer way to fuse it. With rock, shock rap, with dive, throwing moves yourself and make them lose it. I don't know how to make songs like that. I don't know what words to use. Let me know when it occurs to you while I'm ripping any one of these verses. The verses use curtains and inadvertently hurting you. How many verses I gotta murder to? Prove that if you were half as nice as songs, you could sacrifice versions to. I'm beginning to feel like a rap god. All my people from the front to the back now. Think I need to be overseas and take a vacation to trip abroad and make up fall on the face. And don't be a retard, be a king. Think not. Why be a king when you can be a god?
That was awesome. Yeah, Rap God Banjo-Kazooie, that was awesome. I've seen a number of Rap God implementations, but I haven't seen that one before. That was very fun. Also, I see a Surge over here. So apparently there's a Banjo-Kazooie chop suey. Can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, stage music, yes. Hello, Shanna, yes. Yeah. She's a good buddy. Allergic to cat. Yes, I am unfortunately fairly allergic to cats. Like, it's not like oh fuck, it's a problem, but it is very uncomfortable at many times. Usually what I do is I wash my hands if I basically, like, on the computer it's not too much of an issue just because I can, like, you know, wash my hands easily. I can, you know, wipe stuff off my keyboard, you know, like use like a wet wipes or something like that. But if I'm doing anything petting the cats, I have to wash my hands afterwards. But it's really not as bad over the past year or so. I feel like I mostly do okay. But yeah, if the like cat secretions get on me, I really itch. So on the, you know, on bare skin, that is. So yeah, so I do have, unfortunately, cat allergies. Had it all my life, but they've become more prominent over the past probably 10 or so years. Does the bottle say? It does. It does. Here, we'll resolve that in a second. Let's get caught up. Let's kind of see if there's any fun comments here. As yeah, the same beats per minute means they say it's a curse. I say it's a blessing. I say that as a blessing. Yeah, that was awesome. Four years ago, by the way. Is that when this was uploaded? 4 years ago? Wow. Kind of surprised it doesn't have more views. 1.1 million. I thought it would have had way more. Gruntilda ain't got rhymes like these. Yeah, that was awesome. That was very good. And Mirko was asking about the state of the water bottle. You know, people talk about the State of the Union address. Let's do a state of the water bottle. So yes, it does say Goon Juice. The downside, I was thinking about this earlier, but before I started the stream, because I hadn't really realized it. Hello, Shayna. You're a good girl. I hadn't really realized it. So I had strategically put the tape last night right here, so that it was relative to how, like, when I held the bottle to drink from it, that, like, you know, when I'm drinking, there was like the label out. You know, I was joking about the Coke bottle label out, getting ready for the commercials. You know, from when I star in a Coca-Cola commercial, it was going to be so easy. But somehow, Goon Juices ended up on the opposite side. It's because it's a screw-on cap that is all the orientation of where the labels will be is going to be relative to where you begin to screw on the cap. So it's not like the kind of thing where it snaps into place all the time. It's just you unscrew it to refill it. That's all it is. So maybe what I should do is I should say that the label is, you know, it will stick around for the entirety of the rest of the stream unless somebody else redeems another one. But I think what I might have to do is when the stream ends, remove the label and then require that a new redemption has to be made to affix a label next time. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the Goon Juice, partly because Ogasso, I see, has redeemed a different request. Also, I was thinking what I might want to do, it's a shame because it's so small. I mean, I can write with fairly big letters if I want to. But it's masking tape. You can make it nice and lengthy, you can make it nice and long, but you can't really make it, can't increase the font size easily. So I'm wondering if I should look around and see if there's some other solution that isn't masking tape that would give me a bit more wiggle room as far as font size. So something to consider. I was gonna say like duct tape, but that doesn't make sense. I mean, I guess there's like painter's tape. It's blue, but maybe something like that because that's usually a little bit there. It's got more height to it. Got more height to it. You could fix this by curing that. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, this is a weird haunting case because there's no one has done anything wrong. Like, yeah, the guy drinks a lot. So does Phoebe. Phoebe and Ishmael drink a lot. Is that a sin? I guess maybe to some religions, but they haven't done anything bad. Nothing that is worth killing anybody over. So I almost wonder if this is going to be a case where there's going to be no need to kill anybody or no opportunity at least to do so. So we'll find out soon as we continue with this. They would have a cat allergy. Yeah. No, a lot of people I know and a lot of people in my family have cat allergies. Gracie doesn't, but she still does sneeze a lot around the cats, but I think that's just kind of general cat dander stuff. It doesn't seem like she has like the reactions that I sometimes do. Yeah, not all cats trigger. Yeah, it's like Arctic said, some people are lucky, and I think I'm mostly lucky because when Gracie first got the cats, I would go over and hang out at her place, hang out with the kitty cats. I'd pet them, I'd love on them, and I would sneeze like a motherfucker. I was miserable. And I had the thing that I was describing earlier where, like, if the cats get their secretions on me, you know, the stuff in their glands that's right around the nose, where, you know, if a cat, like, rubs their head on you, rubs their nose on you, it's a nice thing, but they're also, like, trying to get their gunk on you, their scent on you, that kind of thing. It's like a kind of a marking thing. When cats do that, like, to my bare skin, it really itches really bad. So I have to wash it, obviously. I have to wash it with soap and water. Look at 4 starts. Here we go. But originally it was much worse with like the cat dander making me sneeze a lot. It's not as bad now, so I've definitely lucked out in that regard. So that symptom is very much improved. Basically since I moved in about a year ago. But yeah, the secretion thing is still very much an issue. Some people, like Arctic said, luck out. Myself, at least partially. Other people have the opposite. I know of people that were never allergic to cats because they were, well, at least when they were around them in short order. You know, they go to visit a friend, or stay the night at a friend's place that have cats, no problems. Then they adopt a cat themselves, and suddenly they begin to get allergies. They suddenly have cat allergies after they adopt one. Like Arctic said, not all cats provide or cause the same kind of issues to everybody. Some breeds more so than others. But yeah, it sounds like it's it's kind of different on a per person basis. Arctic says use e-paper display. An e-paper display, is that the one where it's like there's like a thing you can affix that, well, it wouldn't be paper though. I'm thinking like some kind of thing where you can like type in. It's like an electric thing somehow that you type in, show this, like, so you type in some words or you type in a sentence or a phrase and it somehow appears. If it's paper, I guess I don't know what e-paper is, but I mean, yeah, I guess if there was some kind of digital solution that I could affix to the water bottle. But yeah, the thing, like I was saying earlier though, like what if I put the lid of the water bottle on differently tomorrow, and it's an awkward situation. I guess maybe if I have a rule where I always line up like the lid. I always line up the lid with this part here, the change the future part. Maybe I could have it be consistent. So maybe that's just a habit I could get into. Anyway, let's go ahead and do Elgaso's redemption. Let me make sure I read that right. Yes, that says exactly what I thought it said. So to be clear, I start right here. I do it right here. How's that? Is that good? Is that good? Like, you know, again, label out. Want to make sure that everyone can see it. In all of its splendor. Here it is. Bottoms up, baby. Bottoms up and the devil smiles. Pussy juice. Hey, man, it's a 1 hour cooldown. I almost said 1 year. 1 hour cooldown, so there's always a part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Scrolling LED, that'd be awesome. Like bank windows, yes. Yes, we still have some of those here in the Midwest. They still exist. You can always double tape. I could, yeah, we could always double tape it if need be. Just thinking of like ways to make it more easier. Yeah, 2 tapes, the exact. What's up, shock value? Is that what goon juice is? Actually, when I hear goon juice, I think of either the residual crab rangoon that is left over, the residual, like, you know, crab meat and cream cheese that's left over when you eat crab rangoon. You know, that's the more wholesome assumption of what goon would refer to is crab rangoon, that is. Or I think semen. I think goon juice is semen. It's one of those two. The dander, exactly, yeah. So e-ink, e-paper. Interesting, yeah. I'm like, if there was a way to affix that to a 3D surface, that'd be really slick. No voltage required. Yeah, that'd be really neat. I could just write it on both sides. I mean, I could. The whole point is so that it's more or less visible from the webcam. And again, I realize when the webcam is small like this, like, I don't know how much this is really all, but at least in full webcam mode, I want to be able to see it. So like, if I could like wrap it all the way around, but it's like, it'd be weird because like, then you'd just see, like if I held it like this, you would just see a horse. And it's like, you're drinking horse? What the fuck? So it's like, the whole point is to make it so that you see exactly what was written. So yeah, I worry if I like just wrap it around, it'll end up in a situation where it's not ideal. I guess it's better than nothing. From edging, that would make sense too. Couple hours, only a few hours. Come on, man, that's chump change. All the above. It's the jungle juice. There we go. There we go. Good stuff, friends. Oh, I'm sorry. All this goon talk, I gotta go. Whew. All this talk of goon and hole, baby. I got the... No, actually, it's nothing weird. I just have to piss. Now, actually, maybe that's a question. Is goon juice... Would piss be part of the goon juice jungle juice? I'll pose that question to you, dear viewer, and I'll have you debate amongst yourselves, internally and with each other, on whether or not piss counts as being included in the goon juice family. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go take a piss real quick. I'll be right back. Give me 69 seconds, beginning now. Here we go. All right, I am back. I am back. Yo, I must be Shakespeare's pentameter because I am back. Wow, that's such a cool reference. I know it's iambic. Iambic doesn't quite work, but you know, just don't think about it too hard. Cover yourself in plastic, exercise, then you collect the sweat, and then you drink. Oh, you're right. That was the thing in Jackass, wasn't it? I had purged that from my memory. Jungle juice before TSA, not after. I've seen the airport jungle juice. I've never indulged, but I've seen it. Lemonade and pink lemonade? You mean like the store-bought stuff? Yes. Trying to get Shannon to jump back up because she's gonna continue to scream at me if I do not. Yeah, there's the jungle juice. Yeah, the airport jungle juice. Yeah, that's right. Good old Boston Logan. He's a good guy, that Boston Logan fella. I know. I was gonna say I probably didn't get the estimate exactly correct, but we were in the ballpark. We were in the general ballpark. All right, friends, let's get back to it. So we've gotten some information about this haunting case. We were saying earlier that yeah, we really don't have any grounds to cast blame on anybody, really, with this haunting case. No one has done anything fucked up. I mean, that's not true. Somebody did do something fucked up. Bennett, the guy that killed this poor woman and beat the shit out of Ishmael and took his eye. I mean, that guy's fucked up, but his ghost is nowhere to be found. I think he's assumed to be dead by this point anyway. So, yeah, and his ghost isn't anywhere here either. So it sounds like the people being haunted are just stricken with tragedy, and they've accidentally summoned the spirit of Bess, who is haunting presumably them both of them. Just like with their kind of shared trauma, nothing that at all is you know worth killing anybody over. So I'm presuming that, hopefully there will be no need to cast a blame on anybody.
We'll take our leave. Expect to be invited to manifest again sometime soon. Don't resist the call.
Take a swig. Oh man.
Phoebe will be there.
Who?
Your husband and his friend. Between us, we'll put an end to all of this.
Be quick. I can barely hear my Ishmael now, above the rising, growing pain.
Interesting how she was like, you know, after talking about this through with her so much. At the end, we were like, all right, we'll get this figured out with Ishmael and Phoebe. And she was like, wait, who are we talking about? And at the start, she was like, Bess, is that who I am? Is that who this spirit is? She's clearly, you know, fading, or maybe not even fading, but like has just kind of lost herself, just because she's been forced to remain for so long. You know, the longer a ghost endures, the more of themselves they lose, and the more the more they drain on everyone else around them. You know, the more the sanity of those around them gets depleted. I think everything else in this area is pretty much donezo. Well, that's not true. There's a chest up there. We did some pretty cool stuff with regards to getting some platforms working. We took out the creeping ivies that prevented us from going further. Is there a neat way I can jump up this way, maybe? Yeah, because the creeping ivy was preventing us from even entering in the main entrance. Oh, we get to fight something.
Wee Highland kiss for you.
I know he said I have a Scottish kiss for you, which I think is kind of a remix on what I think is the concept of a Glasgow kiss,
It's on you.
which is to say a headbutt. Oh my god, I'm so good at taking shots, let me tell you. There we go.
You bastard.
So I know he said I've got a Scottish kiss for you, but I only heard like part of it, so I thought he said I've got a piss for you, or I've got some piss for you. Yeah, watch someone take a swig from the airport jungle juice. As long as a barf bag is necessary, they might be willing to do it, man. If the price is right, baby. And then I would vomit. Well, the person would probably vomit, but yeah, then I would have a significant urge to do a sympathy puke as well. She sounds desperate, yeah. Well, I think the idea behind it is that some ghosts are like successfully able to affect the world around them a lot. Like with some of the hauntings we've seen in the past, it's very clear when a haunting is happening. Like there's very unpleasant things happening. Like there's like signs that just cannot be ignored. Whereas the symptoms that they were describing, bottles being broken, a couple items being hidden, Anteo described as a shy ghost. Also, I guess there's nowhere to go from up here. That's kind of odd. Why was this other wall here? Whereas other ghosts, like we think of the case of that one nurse, the botanist slash nurse that intentionally killed the dude, her sister's husband to be, with mercury salts. And when he learned that his death was intentional, that she had caused it, he like confronted her and he like trapped her in a shed out in the middle of the woods. I don't know if he was going to necessarily kill her. I don't even know if he could, but he definitely had enough ability to affect the physical world that she was feeling physically threatened. So it seems like it's kind of on a case-by-case basis. Some ghosts have the energy and the hatred and like the drive to want to affect the physical world. Others, it's almost like in her case, she's been left to she's kind of been left to wither for so long in the ghost world. It's been like 7 years, or in the mortal world rather. So if she's kind of been forced into this realm for so long, maybe the idea is like she's so weak that all she can do is just these little kinds of things, because it's been so long. Or maybe it's not even that she's been in the mortal realm for so long, but that she was forced back. Oh, come on. Oh, I was gonna say, can I interrupt? Oh, I did interrupt it. Good. Because, yeah, she died like 7 years ago, I think. And then at some point, somewhat recently, she was brought back in. So maybe the idea of, like, the longer a spirit has been dead, the longer a spirit has been dead, the harder it is when they are in the mortal realm in some way. Maybe that's the explanation. I guess the answer really is, I'm not 100% clear, but just kind of throwing out some assumptions. There's a Scottish handshake when you hit somebody with a bottle of scotch. That's hilarious, actually. I've never heard that one. Yeah, I think Glasgow kiss is a headbutt. So a Scottish kiss, probably something similar. Or maybe they mean the same thing. I mean, Glasgow is... Well, all right. My ignorant American is showing. Glasgow's in Scotland, right?
Well, you finally unraveled this sad case.
Aye. Sadness over pain, over outrage, over guilt.
So I'm thinking they're a synonym.
A sick dance. Ishmael and Phoebe remind me of where I stood for a time.
I remember.
Red makes frequent reference to the trauma he endured after coming back from the war. Scottish geography. Yeah, I am exceptionally bad at geography, which is part of why I really enjoy playing GeoGuessr, because it is an opportunity to learn. And boy howdy do I have a lot to learn. Because yeah, if I'm asked to conjure up something by memory without having a map as a reference, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. After all that, by the way, we get something. That's good. Some witch stuff. I was actually hoping we would maybe get another one of those totems, but no dice yet. Just have the one from the very, very start of this kind of area. We first popped in a little bit earlier. I'm guessing this is going to lead us back. Yeah, nothing back this way. This is going to lead us back out the way we... Well, not the way we came, but some other alternate exit then. Oh, I'll say that's my excuse, Rusa. As a card-carrying short dude, a card-carrying short guy, I will absolutely piggyback upon that, and I'll say that's my excuse. My excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Seems like a place where bad guys would lie in wait and would suddenly spawn to spank my ass. But my ass remains unspanked. I'm a little disappointed. A little disappointed. Anybody want to offer a sympathy spanking to me? Just so my ass doesn't feel lonely? You know, I'm taking offers. Well, I could be taking other things, I suppose. If anybody in the audience wants to offer to make my ass feel not lonely, you know, just asking for a friend. My ass is the friend. You're more of average height. I am very much below average. I'm 5'3". I would need to bust out a calculator to know what that translates to in metric terms, in centimeters. But I'm a short drink of water, a short glass of water. I'm a shot glass. That's what I am. Now this, I think this is the road that led to the Harrows, isn't it? Also, don't mind me smacking my microphone. Don't mind me beating the shit on my microphone. Was not intentional. This, let's see, farmer's case. Oh, let me think about this. What? Is this how we got to the Harrows? I guess it kind of is. Yeah, we did come through here. Alright, so what I'll just do is I'll probably just take the fireplace then to fast travel. That's probably the quicker option here. Otherwise, having to sprint all the way across to get back to the Harrows would be a bit much. Thank you, Arctic. That's all I can ask, man. That's what friends are for. A little hashtag just friends ass fulfillment. Never hurt anybody. 5'5". And like in the United States, that's like a little bit short, but not but I got you beat. I got you beat in this grand scheme of things. Not that it's a shortness competition. I'm not here to gatekeep what is and is not short. Oh. Is there more spawning? Ouch. Ouch. Oh, he's right here. He blended in so well. But now he's dead. I never killed that barrel. What's wrong with me? Imagine not killing every barrel that you see on sight. Imagine. Imagine there's no barrels. It's easy if you try. 160? Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because off the top of my head, I can't remember how many centimeters is in a foot. I figure that's the main piece to the puzzle. We're getting close to the fireplace for fast travel. I'll be so fast. They make bad. You're correct. I would not be a very effective gatekeeper anyway. It's for the best. From a pure mechanical standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. It's just not worth it. Forgot how long we had to go to even get to the... Oh, I can't even go... Wait, right. Because it's already raised up, that's why. Thought I was going the wrong way for a second there. Unless I missed it. I'd feel really silly if I somehow missed... Oh, I'm going extremely the wrong way. I did indeed miss... God damn it, how did I manage that? I did indeed miss the fireplace. Not sure how I managed that. Yeah, it is imploring that I go back the other way. God damn it. How did I screw that up somehow? That's so silly of me. Is there another fireplace that's quicker? I just need a fireplace so I can fast travel. That's all I really care about. Oh, Jesus, wrong button. If I keep going this way, it's forever. It's like a bajillion miles away. I've made this way more harder for myself than I needed to. That was extremely silly. It's such a linear path too. How did I fucking take that? How did I miss that left turn at Albuquerque? God dang it. How is one wrong way? Yeah, you would think. You would think I couldn't possibly, with how fairly linear this game is, I couldn't possibly screw that up. And yet I surprised myself. I find new ways to disappoint myself. First, it's my shitty lack of geography knowledge. Especially when with just various, you know, otherwise not noteworthy moments in life, but especially when I play GeoGuessr. It's one of the many reasons why I am not good to bring along to trivia nights. And I actually did a trivia night with one of my buddies last night and had a very fun time. But I did get very hard carried. I was not the most useful person on the team, needless to say. I had a couple of moments where I helped, but there were many moments where I was like, "Oh boy, this is why I don't do these very often." Like this is embarrassing. Good thing I'm on a team and it's not just me by myself. I would be floundering hard. By the way, Glasgow said, "Yeah, I figured it was. I figured it was." Mostly by process of elimination. It's like, what other United Kingdom country would it be? Certainly not England, certainly not Wales. So, it's kind of pieced it together, that little detail. Do I need those mushrooms? Probably not. I probably don't need them, but yeah, why the hell not? And doggos. Oh, one's right in front of me. No. No, sir. Everyone get close. Bam! So I can beat the shit out of all of you. That is extremely satisfying when it kills a bunch of dudes all at once. That's that good shit. That's that good. Oh, hello, jump. There we go. Thinking it was I would have been like, ain't no way. I would have pressed X to doubt. I would have doubted. I have more points to spend. Yes, actually, I have one. Or I could hold off. I might actually hold off because there's other point things that would make more sense. I never do I never do the repost and parry. So I'll hold off on that one. Maybe things I could spend money on or spend resources on to upgrade maybe. For instance, I really like this gear here. What would it take to upgrade? I do have a lot of soul shards. This would give me a lot of hit points. Yeah. So, you know what? I'll bite. I'll upgrade it once. I cannot upgrade it a second time, so it is still inferior to this one, but it does give me a lot of hit points. Shayna's being cute. She's also continuing to demand that I do something. I don't know what she wants. Her water bowl is full and I know she has food upstairs because I refilled it earlier. She's acting like she wants to jump up. But then she'll like jump down like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. So it's like, what do you want, kitty cat? What do you want? Did little Billy fall down the well? Come up. There we go. She can't quite make up her mind. I'm an indecisive kitty cat. I was wondering if it was coming through on the microphone, if it was making it through the noise gate. As sometimes it's like, well, not sure if they can hear it. The kitty cat sass. This is our only tier 6 weapon. We need a few more elite gems to bring it to 7. Out of curiosity. Oh wait, no, I think. Yeah, this is. Oh wait, no, that is not identical. Machine girl, yes, you're a good kitty cat. Good girl. Is that these two identical? One of these should there should be one set of weapons that is supposedly the same as the other. I thought it was these two. I think this was the default. Wisdom and vitality. Dexterity and vitality. If there was strength and vitality, I would take it. It does not appear to be. Melee attack, which is a good one. I'll go ahead and buy it. How easy would it be? Oh, it costs a Scourge of Creation. That's a shame. Such a low level upgrade and it costs a Scourge of Creation. That's such a waste. Soul Shards. I only have 9 of them. Well, I guess 9 is better than nothing, but still. Like, it's not worth it. I think I'd rather look at these. Because I'd like to bring something to tier 6 to see how it compares. Scourge of Creation. Yeah, that's what I feared. Elite Gem, I only have 1. I'd rather hang on to those. Man, these are expensive upgrades. Guns, anything cool? Could upgrade Swift Shot. Scourge of Creation, though. Yeah, I don't have a lot of those to spare. Could upgrade this to level 5. Cost my only nest silt. And the recovery still would be just not very good, which is a shame. Yeah, same kind of problem there. Yeah, not a lot of upgrades that really jump out, unfortunately. I can only upgrade this one. That's my 1 nest silt. It's just none of these are worth it, from what I can tell, is the thing. It'd be one thing if our current equipment could be upgraded. Persistence is all that one offers. And the outburst size is increased even more. I do love the outburst size as it is. Yeah. Nah, I'm sticking with it. Sticking with it for now. Any of these can be upgraded. I haven't been able to upgrade any of these in a long time, it feels. I need the magnetites for pretty much all of them. Or more ethereal bone fragments, I suppose. Ever seen sulfur polypore? Yeah, bunch of stuff we've very rarely seen. So yeah, very few upgrades. Very few upgrades available. Alright, well, let's go back to the Harrows then. Bruce says your shift was upgrade for shift for next speed is approved. So we got a little switcherino there. So more hours means more money, of course, of course. No, I remember those days when I was working retail, when I worked food service. I remember those days of trying to wrangle more hours if I, was hoping to score some more dollars. Or the cases where maybe coworkers. Oh, Ishmael, I hear him. Where coworkers were in that situation, they were asking me if they could work my shifts. Oh, well, Ghost Lady can hear. So that's Bess. She can hear them, but she's not going through the door just yet. Let's go this way.
Mr. McWraith, welcome back.
Looks like Ishmael's not feeling very well, yeah.
Leave him be.
More trouble?
He had another episode. Same as before. He's fine now. I gave him a drink, and this time, he took it.
Ishmael has history with liquor. Should you be offering him drink?
I'm the town drunk. What else?
She's got a point.
Anyway, he's got a dry stick up his arse. It'd do him good to wet it.
'Tis liquor. I suspect you may be overestimating its medicinal qualities.
By dint of extensive experience, I am better placed to estimate the power of liquor than anyone. Side, he always turns it down. Shame, really. Nothing like a sip or two to soothe a troubled soul.
Ishmael Law is haunted by the ghost of his wife. But even without her, this whole situation is a mess.
It is messy. Time to bring closure? Well, I mean, maybe we're gonna have to kill someone, dang.
You too, Bess. Come on. It's time to show yourself.
Phoebe Walcott, this is Bess Law. Bess, you already know Phoebe.
Bess? My love? How? thought I was dreaming.
Very confident in her drinking. Yeah, exactly.
I was. I am now. And not for long. Please.
Oh, you're best. The best. His best. Ishmael is fine, don't worry. Or, well, he will be soon.
Ishmael has been drinking as much as you do. Liquor won't solve the problem here.
Of course it won't. But we'll have some fun while we wait to not solve anything.
You make him suffer, woman. And I cannot stand the pain.
Talk not to me about pain, lady. You know nothing of my...
I think we all know where this is going, unfortunately.
Shut your mouth, Phoebe.
You shoot yours, if you can take the bottle from it.
Stop rattling each other's cages. It's time to bring this to a close.
Okay, so I was hoping it wouldn't come down to this, but sure enough, we do have the opportunity to take a life. This is a bummer of a case because nobody has killed anybody. Nobody has ruined the town. No one has, you know, fucking destroyed. No one has destroyed food supplies. No one has poisoned a well. No one's killed anybody. No one's done anything that's execution worthy. Phoebe is clearly a bad influence on Ishmael. Like, she's clearly... I probably shouldn't say ruining his life. He's already experienced a lot of trauma. He's clearly fucked up from the horrible stuff he's endured. And Phoebe is a bad influence, and she is, you know, she's feeding into a very negative thing in his life. Does she deserve to die over it? No, not at all. But we are on the resurrection path for this game's story, which means whenever there's an opportunity, we have to take a life. Would Ishmael get to be with Bess if you blame him? That's a very good question. The answer is maybe. But, like, what has he done to be blamed for anything? You know, what could we blame him for? Drinking a little bit too much and being sad. I mean, his anguish has accidentally brought Bess's spirit into the fold. And it's tormenting her, which is not good. It was accidental, and it's not good, but, you know, I think if there's any one person that could be blamed, it's Phoebe, because she is knowing... I don't know if I could say she's knowingly, but all outside observers can say that her encouraging Ishmael to drink is making him feel worse, and it's making Bess feel worse as a result. It's odd because she said normally he turns down the drinking. Meerkat says take out Phoebe. Rusa take out Ishmael. Everyone's responsible for their own. It's just that Ishmael has these panic attacks. You know, or anxiety attacks, whatever you want to call them. So, you know, he's in a vulnerable state when he's in that situation. No one likes her, yeah. There's that, yeah. No, it's frustrating that even when confronted with all this, Phoebe says, no, it's fine. Trust me, if there's anybody who knows alcohol, it's me. She's obviously an alcoholic. Like, it's clearly making her it clearly hampers her life nearly beyond repair. Yeah, it'd be a mercy kill. I mean, the idea of uniting their spirits sounds romantic, but I don't know. I can't, and I have nothing to blame him. You know, to the idea of blaming or casting judgment. There's nothing. The only thing I could say is his anguish is affecting her spirit, and that's true. But what's feeding his anguish? Phoebe. We should blame Phoebe.
Phoebe Walcott, you used liquor to dull the pain of a tragic past. You can't have foreseen that it would cause a haunting. But it did. And I must end it.
I swear I never wanted to hurt anybody but myself.
I know.
To hell with it all and do it. If you're not going to give me one for the road, just get it over with.
This is another unsatisfying one. Because when it's a haunting situation because somebody killed someone, or somebody did something that like horribly fucked up the town. Like the one that the French spy that burned the docks, that fucked up the food supplies for the whole town. It's like, did she kill somebody? No, but she directly was responsible for making everyone for causing lots of people to starve.
Mama will be there soon.
Also, I guess if nothing else, we've reunited her with her dead child.
Phoebe.
Sorry, Ishmael. She was your only buddy, but she was also a horrible influence.
No other way.
This way, Bess gets what she needs.
So there it is.
What have you done? She.
Yeah, not a very satisfying one.
Oh no. Please, no.
But we of course have our ulterior intentions. Trying to collect as many souls as possible with every haunting case so we can feed them to our ghost waifu. Gets to heal now? Maybe. We'll see. There might be more with Ishmael in the future. Maybe not hauntings necessarily, but more conversations and such. And still, the chest is locked, by the way. I wonder if there will be some kind of way to crack into that. Banishers are approved by the church. I don't know if they are officially. I think they more or less permit them to exist, but I'm not sure I've seen evidence that they're that the church is like, yeah, we're down for this. I guess they don't actively pursue it as a thing to be to be persecuted. Oh, persecution is the right word, but they don't like consider it, heresy necessarily. I'm also implored to kind of check around this house because it looks like there's still something that Lammy might have for us. Maybe we just talk to him and say that we've vanquished something in the town. See if he has more for us. What's up, Pom Pom, over on YouTube? Good to see you, bud. It is a good game. Can I give a brief summary? Yes, of course. Yeah, the basic gist of this game is that we are playing as the late 1690s version of Ghostbusters. It's kind of like Ghostbusters and Detectives. Because it's a Ghostbusters equivalent, because we are dealing with ghosts and we're trying to vanquish them or banish them, hence the name Banishers.
Get the good day to you both.
So there's that kind of mechanical aspect of we know how to dispense ghosts.
We ended them.
Thank you. Truly. Here's to better days. Well, speaking of that, or not as the case may be, my speech is almost done. And by done, I mean written. I need an ending, a high note on which to finish. I was thinking of talking about you. Would you permit it?
Me? Maybe, yeah. It's one of those Meerkat where it's maybe not very satisfying, but there's at least some closure to some trauma, with either a blaming case, obviously. Ascension or I guess banishment would have also put some band-aids on some emotional wounds, but others would be left to fester. But anyway, yeah, just the idea of what this game's all about. So like I said, there's the mechanical aspect of vanquishing spirits, that kind of thing, but also there's the investigation aspect of why is this spirit so pissed off to begin with, or why is this spirit in so much anguish? What happened, what was done to the spirit that has caused them to haunt this person to begin with? And that's where, kind of like we were doing just earlier, we were kind of playing investigator or detective, trying to delve into someone's past. What did they do, or what had they previously been involved with that caused a ghost haunting to occur? And in some cases, I guess in all cases, it gives us the opportunity to either ascend the ghost peacefully, banish the ghost forcefully, or cast blame on a human, on a person, to basically kill the subject of the haunting. Why am I going for as many kills as possible? Why am I trying to blame as many times as possible? Well, in the prologue of this game, our ghost wife, our girlfriend, our partner Banisher gets killed. I call her our ghost wife, and she is with us right now, but we have learned that there is a demonologist ritual whereby if we collect as many souls as possible and there's an opportunity to do so, we can, at the end of the game, complete, or I guess attempt, a ritual to resurrect her. So we're on the resurrection path. We're trying to bring our ghost waifu back to life. We can only do so by casting blame at every opportunity to do so. Sometimes it's easy because a haunting involves a case where somebody did something fucked up to somebody, they died, and they're haunting that person. Sometimes casting blame on somebody is like playing executioner to somebody who has done something really fucked up. Other times, it's not so obvious. It's not like a black and white case. This is one such case, the one that just ended. I'll say speak of patience.
People don't always trust Banishers. You can speak of patience, of acceptance.
So it's like The Witcher and Ghost Whisperer. I would say that's a fair comparison.
So easily. We are always so eloquent.
Well, I've led men to war, and fearful men need words of courage.
Well put. I shall take it as inspiration as I return to my writing. With the added spice of your profound wisdom, I have faith that this speech will bring much succor to the company.
Succor to him.
What remains of it.
Sounds good.
Good day to you, young Lammy.
And to you, my friend. And to you.
Now, there's an investigation with Lammy that may or may not come back into the fold fairly soon. His business with Caleb and inadvertently bringing Caleb to ruin is probably a thing we'll have to revisit at some point. Guess this is just storage now. Oh, right. I missed the area leading down. Because, yeah, there was that whole case with the governor, the Elder Haskell, that ended in a blaming situation. But yeah, I suspect that we're not quite done with Lammy, necessarily. Blaming Phoebe. Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at it from a pure mechanical aspect, of those options, the only option that would, like, give Ishmael a chance to heal, I think you're right, is Phoebe. Because ascending Bess helps Bess. Banishing Bess, I guess, forces her to be, no longer in pain. But none of those help Ishmael. I mean, I guess killing him would be a mercy killing, kind of like Russo was saying. But yeah, Meerkat's right. From the aspect of like giving opportunity to heal, killing Phoebe was the only option. From that angle, but also executing somebody when they didn't. I mean, someone's a bad influence. Do they deserve to die over it? Of course not. I can think of many other cases where where I would think to myself, wow, that I'm like observing somebody being a bad influence on someone. I've seen it with some of my friends where it's like, I don't really like when such and such does this activity with somebody because it brings the worst out of them. And they do that a lot, and it makes me sad. Should I kill them? No. Because I would be a murderer. And if my excuse was, well, I mean, the person, is a bad influence on this friend. Not sure that hold up too well in the court of law. We got Aleph in the house, by the way. What's up, buddy? Yeah, she was not going to heal. She was going to continue down a very self-destructive path. And unfortunately, I don't want to bring the mood down here, but when it comes to addiction, when it comes to alcoholism, when it comes to, it's a disease. It is a horrible thing to suffer from. And one of the many things that alcoholism and other addiction,
away with you,
other forms of addiction causes is that, yeah, it hurts the person that suffers from it, but it also hurts those around them. It causes them to like, it causes them to kind of want to be, what's the word? What's the word? Misery loves company, that kind of thing. It makes them want to share the misery, it makes them want to ensure that others around them are partaking. You know, so as a way to not feel alone. And, you know, in a general... From the general perspective of wanting to, you know, wanting to vent to your friends, to your family, you know, wanting somebody to kind of help carry the burden. Totally understandable. Totally understandable. It crosses a line, obviously, when it's again, self-destructive and somebody is knowingly trying to bring others down with them. Like in Phoebe's case, like Meerkat was saying. If there was clearly no path that she wanted to go down when it came to recovery, you know, if it was clear that there was no that there was going to be no effort on her end to... Oh Jesus, I thought she was holding a gun. That's kind of scared the shit out of me. I was like, what? Yeah, this is oh god, what she asked us to call her? I can't remember her kind of nickname that she requested of us. But yeah, if just to kind of complete the thought, yeah, if in Phoebe's case if she wasn't going to try to put in, you know, an effort to try to heal, and she was gonna, you know, take herself, she was gonna go down a dark path and just see who was gonna go with her. You know, who wants to go down with me, or who can I take down with me? Not like it was malicious, not like she was thinking whose lives can I ruin today.
Spectral nearby.
But yeah, it's a tragic case. You know, it's tragic for Phoebe, it's tragic for Ishmael, tragic for Bess. So, made for an unfortunate one for sure. Shit ain't nothing to me, man. Aleph, is that from one of the Dracula flows? I can hear that in that guy's voice. It's possible, Meerkat, it's possible. I mean, these are all Puritans, and I'm pretty sure drinking heavily, or maybe even drinking at all, might be considered a sinful activity to the Puritans. I mean, I guess that was the Puritans' whole thing, was like, you know, pure. Like, none of that. None of that kind of stuff. Nothing at all. I don't know if, like, everyone had to be a teetotaler necessarily, but, you know, very much a thing that was discouraged to do in excess. I'm guessing that's a Dracula flow line as well from Aleph, or that he's sharing with us here. Yeah, Goody, that's the nickname.
That's right.
Hafizba. Hafziba. Hafziba is her parental given name, but Goody is a much nicer nickname. Yeah, you can probably hear the kitty cat.
Mr. McWraith.
She's behind the chair. Shane, you want to come up, sweet girl? And we're all hearing you. Want to come here, sweet girl? Yeah, it sounds like Dracula Flow. I've watched the first 3, but I haven't watched the 4th one yet. Want to come up, Sheena? She's thinking about it. That shit ain't nothing to me, man. She does not want to come up. She just wants to yell at me. She just wants to be sassy. Want to be a sassy girl? sometimes like she'll be meowing at me, or Gracie, she'll be like trying to get our attention, and we'll be doing something, and you know, we're cooking, we're working on dishes, what have you, and then she'll be like meow, 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 then she'll turn her back to us, and then that's when I'll like go to pet her, and it'll startle her, and she'll go meow, meow, you know, she'll make an especially loud surprised meow noise. Also, don't mind me, I'm just gonna, right in front of that lady, I'm gonna loot her treasure chest. And no, that is not a sexual euphemism, although it probably should be. Probably ought to be. So she jumped up in my lap and then decided, you know what, fuck this, I'm out of here. This Alex guy's a nerd. Or maybe she heard me making fun of her. And she's like, yo, I heard you talking shit. Would not surprise me. Liquor was safer to drink than groundwater. Are you referring to the stuff we saw a few streams ago in the well? Because yeah, under the well was some pretty fucked up water that we have since cured. But yeah, for a while their shit was real fucked up. Also, we did see from afar, well, not that far, that the final totem for the cursed chest is over this way. Or that actually might be the cursed chest itself.
Wards. I'm going to need
it's a ghost ward.
Here.
It is the final totem. There's the ghost ward.
Yes, please.
Always.
Valheim is on sale. I did see that, yes. One of my buddies actually gifted me a copy of Valheim a while back. Broward County. I remember those. Or I remember that line. The Broward County Tic Tacs. Isn't there one where he's like, I'm chewing on them Scooby-Doo fart. I'm munching on them Scooby-Doo fart nuggets or something. Something extremely weird and not necessarily sound like drug paraphernalia. Digging safe wells. They weren't drinking right out of rivers. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't know what I expect them to. No, I thought Aleph was just mentioning how like the wells that we saw in this game were definitely cursed. Like we're definitely afflicted by some horrible affliction, some horrible corruption rather.
Something's here,
hidden,
as opposed to like a general notion of like like improperly dug wells, or yeah, just drinking out of river, just raw river water, which would be very much tainted with all kinds of, you know, bacteria and allergy, that kind of shit. That, yeah, I've actually seen, I think a few people did that last year. Actually, well, no, I guess Dracula Flow kind of became a noteworthy thing shortly after Halloween, because I think his whole shtick was these were recorded when he was in a Halloween costume. But I've seen other people do cosplays of him. So yes, Meerkat, it absolutely gets my support. So long as you have all 4 of the Dracula Flow videos memorized, so you can dispense the bars on a regular basis, or even better, write your own Dracula Flow versus your own Dracula Flow bars that you could fucking drop on regular basis, fucking vanquishing everybody in your path, leaving no prisoners, leaving no survivors, just spitting bars that are just clearing entire zip codes with the fire that you're spitting. Yeah, the Sharpie. Oh my god, yeah, it looks like Sharpie, doesn't it? It's not a great costume, obviously. The costume is not the bestest. It's the everything else that is indeed the bestest. We'll go for Haunted Case that's up top here. Everything else we've kind of taken care of in this neck of the woods. Literal neck of the woods. There is a 4th one. Yeah, that's one I've yet to see. It's like 10 minutes long, though, isn't it? That's why I haven't watched it, because I was like... It's one of those where I keep putting it off. Like, nah, I'll watch it some other time. The short videos are, you know, a little bit easier, obviously, because, well, if it's a shorty... I mean, as a short person myself, as a hobbit, I'm implored to like things that are short. Or rather, I'm inclined to like things that are short. So, needless to say... I mean, not like 10 minutes is that long, obviously. I've watched video essays that were way longer, but... It's just easy for me to put it off. So this is... Actually, no, it's going to be past the main houses. I wonder what Seeker's up to. The witch assistant. Oop.
Spectre, going for a meat suit.
Now that oh. Shoot him in the face real quick. Oh my god. Of course he would duck. But yeah, now that Ceridia is dead, I wonder if Seeker is like on the path to become a full-fledged witch herself. Nice. Still one more.
It's on you.
Not anymore, he's not. I wanted to pop into here real quick because I'm pretty sure I explored this area, but I can't really remember what else there was. Pretty sure I went inside, and I'm pretty sure this is where I noticed... Yeah, this is where I discovered the mill Yeah, I guess that we've already explored this, so it's probably fine. I didn't need to pop into here. I was thinking maybe there might be more stuff there that was new, but there was no people in there, so there really wasn't any opportunity for anything fancy. You'll be happy to know that Shayna went upstairs for about 2 minutes and then came back downstairs. And you may or may not be able to hear that she is now demanding something from me. Very good. And I'll beckon her to come up. You know, if you want to, Shane, you can come up, and maybe she will. But then she'll be up for like 2 minutes, and then she'll jump down and be like, "Yeah, this is boring. Get out of here." A bit of a lag spike when I enter this area. I've been here before, haven't I? Maybe not fully. Well, no, I've pretty well explored it. Is it near the shipwreck, maybe? I guess that's the thing, like, there has to be a person out here. Oh. I mean, yes, I have been here, and there is a ghost person here. That's unexpected. Wait a second, is that Goody?
Can I help you?
Yeah. Wait, did she just die? I just talked to her like 2 minutes ago. Did she just get... Oh. That's unexpected. Did she have a twin or something? Like, there's just no way.
She reminds you of Goody Perkins.
Yeah, she looks just like her.
Aye, the old lady.
We just talked to Goody.
We should look in on her.
That is, that was not on my bingo card. Seeing a Goody twin that is, not among the living anymore. I was hoping that would penetrate. Oh, there's the game crash. I was waiting. I was wondering, since I noticed the bit of a dip in the frame rate. I was like, ooh, sometimes that's when it starts to shit the bed. That's okay. It would have auto-saved pretty recently, so I'm not worried. If nothing else, it gives me an opportunity to close a couple things. Just, I don't know. I've yet to really see any evidence that it makes much of a difference, but I suspect that having iTunes and Discord and the Intro Fighters screen up simultaneously probably doesn't help. Especially Intro Fighters, because it's technically a 3D application. You wouldn't know that because it obviously is displaying only 2D, but I think it's technically a 3D application. Rapscallion Ghost Nuggets. Delicious. Lisa and I went to Bucky's over the weekend. We got beaver nuggets. I wouldn't recommend smoking them, but I would recommend eating them, absolutely. All right, well, that was a new record. That was like 60 seconds, and then she's like, fuck you, Alex, I'm out of here. She's going to go upstairs, and then maybe 5 or so minutes later, she'll come back down and proceed to yell at me. Say, Alex, I'm so mad. And I'll say, Shayna, what are you mad about? And then she'll say, and I'll say, wow, that's very helpful, thank you. Very insightful. And then I'll say, Shayna, do you want to jump onto my lap? And she'll say no. And then she'll say, yes. And then she'll jump onto my lap. And then 2 minutes will go by and she'll say, this is boring, I'm out of here. And then rinse, repeat. So that's how the rest of the stream's gonna go. It's a good time. Alright, so can I get up to this person? The weird thing is we've actually explored this area pretty well already. And there definitely was not a dead person hanging from a noose on the mast of the ship. Definitely was not there last time. So I'm guessing the whole thing we need to do is just keep climbing. So climb we shall. Keep going up. Up, up, up.
Oh, there, corrupted weeds.
Oh, right, because we couldn't clear this last time. Right, this limited how far up we could go. So, let's consider where the little yellow fellas are. There's one. here. Okay. One here. There's a second one. Squeeze through here. Yes. Is there a third one? It forgot I'm him. Actually, I had to look that one up. I was like, what does that mean? I realized only fairly recently that that's like a LeBron James thing. He says, I'm him. Which is to say, like, it's like a way of being like, yo, I'm the man. I'm a badass. I'm cool as fuck. But like, this is what happens when you don't watch football. Or basketball. Same thing. They're like the same sport. Don't at me. Also, I do not see a third route. So maybe it's just the two. Nah, there's no way. Ain't no way. Yeah, it's on the outside. I see it now. So I thought. Oh, there it is. Wow, that's sneaky. Now the good news is from here you can shoot these two. Oh, you can shoot all three. Wow, that's convenient. Okay, so I just gotta get my ass over on this side. That is extremely convenient. No complaints though. There's four. There's four then. So I was wondering about this one.
Wait, mate, I'm enjoying the target practice.
That's the most elaborate one yet. Was the Jesus Christ about me not knowing the LeBron James quote, or was it me conflating football with basketball and saying that they're the same sport? Listen, they both have a ball. A ball is involved. There's teams of people, and the ball has to be thrown around sometimes. The ball has to, change hands sometimes. Frequently, even. In fact, I guess that's kind of the whole point of both games. Is handling of balls very good. So, yeah. They're like, you take the DNA, you break them down to the most basic of elements. It's all about just who fondles the balls most goodest. Most consistently goodest, even. So, it's kind of like how, when you really get down to brass tacks, video games are just software, and software is just a bunch of ones and zeros. So what I'm trying to get at is that Call of Duty is the same game is the exact same thing as Pac-Man. In a binary ship of thesis perspective, you break it down to the basic elements. You keep boiling things down until there's nothing else left. Yeah, you get. Oh, hold on. What's this do? Oh, that's a shortcut. That's nice. Yeah. World of Warcraft is the exact same thing as Solitaire. Windows 95 Solitaire. So to that same way of thinking is basketball and football and golf. I mean, can't we just say this is just competitive ball touching, competitive ball slapping? The answer is yes. The answer is, Alex, you're so right and so based.
This
is so
looks
brave.
like the captain's cabin, frozen in time.
Wow. No kidding. Also, ominous painting. Nice chest set and everything. It's weird how well preserved it is, especially because this fucking ship is wrecked to shit. Almost like it's some kind of ghost wreck. Or shipwreck, that is, not ghost wreck. That would make sense. Handles are still lit too, goddamn. And then this. Captain Perkins. Oh, excuse me. Not Captain Perkins. Capitan Perkins. 3 syllables, count them. This occurred about 8 years prior to the events of this game. 30th of March, everything was chill. Departed from Boston. Heading to New Eden. 1 blue whale and 2... Not sure what 2 rights means. Putnam. Maybe has scurvy. He's been quarantined as a safeguard. And then like a year and some change goes by. We're racing ahead of a plague, he says. Trying to catch the tide. Swell is high, wind is strong. I tried to drop an anchor. Sails furled. And hope we're not getting dragged too far from Boston. He says, this is my last trip. This is a rough one. See my beloved in our house on a cliff. Shall go home to my wife, have Ziba, and be a better husband. Oh, they're saying that it's not. They're not saying it's they're the last trip because they're gonna die. They're saying it's my last trip, and I'm done after this. I'm gonna go home to Goody and be a better husband. I'm trying to remember if she ever made mention of her husband. I honestly can't remember. Because I still got a shock value. I looked up that game after you mentioned it to me. It looks really cool. I'm like you. I don't really do a lot of driving games. So it wouldn't normally be my cup of tea, but yeah, the trailer caught my eye.
Captain was married to Goody Perkins.
That must be why her ghost lingers here. They must have had a house. Can't be far, if it still stands.
So, are we saying that Goody just died in the fucking 5 minutes from when we last talked to her? Or is this like her twin or something? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, regardless, yes, we've seen evidence that yes, the captain of the ship was married to Goody, to have Ziba. I'm trying to remember if she ever made mention of that. Any mention of her late husband? Any mention of having an aversion or attraction to the sea? Nothing jumps to mind. Yeah, not at all, shock value, not at all. I know some people get weird about that kind of thing, but no, I'm here to shock value. I'm here to say shock value. I'm here to reassure you.
Years seem to
Not weird at all. Not lame at all.
How strange.
I know there's the whole meme where it's like you cheated not only yourself but the game, or not only the game but yourself, robbing yourself of a real gamer's experience. Like, nah, I'm not gonna. Even in jest, I'm not gonna like invoke that. Because video games are supposed to be a positive thing, and if it's frustrating you and pissing you off and making you miserable, then life is too short, man. Life's too short to be playing games that make you feel sad, or make you feel not great. No shame at all, my friend. We can drop down this side. The downside is this kind of a dead end, so far as I can tell. Guess who's back, by the way? What I say was it? I guess made it 5 minutes. Probably been more like 10. He's like, I'm back, motherfucker. And any other path I could tickle? I wonder if there's like another major section that seemed to be already fully explored earlier. Yeah, this section over here. Maybe there's something over here I could try. I think there might have been a creeping ivy that prevented me from going up. Something prevented me from going up earlier when we were here previously. Because I've not been to the second floor yet, I don't think. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel, Farsight. Have a good night, Rusa, or have a good rest of your day, by the way. Appreciate you popping in, hanging out with us, and oh Jesus, I just got pizza bowled. Holy cannoli! I was asking rather, who can, ball out of control the bestest? I just got balled real good just now. Good old-fashioned pizza balling experience. But appreciate you hanging out with us, Rusa, spending part of your morning with us, and lurking while getting ready for work. That'll be me in about 9 hours, 8 or 9 hours, when I get ready for work on my end. Also, there's clearly a path somewhere. I would need to, I guess, like, come around from the other side. There's a shortcut we can cast down. Yeah. I don't think it's that. And there she still is. I can't just, like, shoot it down. Nope. But if I shoot her, the corpse... Nope, nothing. Is there nothing else here? Maybe the key is we go back to Goody. Yeah, the key is to go back to her house at least. Okay. Well, in that case... Can't go into that one. I guess this is probably the closest one. Oh, wait, hold on. Like, did I click another underground one by accident? God damn it. Yeah, both of the... As the crow flies, the two closest are underground. This one is an odd one because I have to go down and all the way. I have to like kind of snake all the way through. I think this one would be faster. Want to come up, Sheena? You are correct, Farsight. You were hearing a very sassy kitty cat who cannot make up her mind. She keeps insisting, Alex, I demand, I request, nay, I demand that you give me attention and that you let me jump into your lap. And then I do this. I go, Shane, you want to jump up? And she just stares at me. Just hits me with one of these. And then kind of considers it. And then maybe you want to come up? She still hit me with a... Oh, there we go. She was hitting me with the, like, very disappointed, very unamused face. So she jumps on my lap for a few minutes. But my attention's not good enough. Or maybe she doesn't like that I'm dividing my attention. She's like, no, Alex, you're not allowed to play video games and stream and talk to your friends while also petting me. Petting kitty cats is a full-time position, Alex. This requires every ounce of your energy constantly. If you divert your attention elsewhere, you'll be sent to cat prison.
Sat on the quay with my mum and my sister was eating cod and watching the boats.
My father took me fishing. I too would watch the great ships come and go. I'd get restless. He'd give me the squid he'd grilled for his hand lines.
Grilled squid. They both have some kind of experience with either people in their family being seafarers, or in Red's case, being very much drawn to sea himself. Sounds like he loves the boat life. What do you think, Shanna? Well, and of course, Shanna is a cat, so therefore she would like the idea of seafood, just in general. A kitty cat. So let's continue. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the town once again, so we can do the fast travel. The Goody's place. Or if I'm going through all this trouble, it'd make more sense to just keep... Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Ultimately, there are no other fireplaces around here for fast travel, so I'm just running my way back. It boggles my brain that Goody somehow it's not only that she's dead, it's the manner in which she died. She, I guess, supposedly hung herself. In the 5 minutes from when we last talked to her, she somehow managed to, I don't know, like fast travel or teleport or just fucking speed, fucking power walk past us or around us somehow. We never saw her, obviously. Somehow she beat us to the ghost ship, to the wrecked ship. Somehow with her 900-year-old skeleton frame. She's probably in her like 80s or 90s, so with her split the difference and say 85-year-old body was able to climb that extremely perilous and extremely shreked shipwreck and yeah, fucking off herself. Just such an elaborate and physically demanding way to do it. Seems pretty fucked.
House by the sea. Hepzibah's house.
Yeah, we were just here.
Lonely place for an old woman alone.
Yeah, 'cause she was standing right here, and for a minute I thought she had a gun trained on us, and I was like, oh my god, like scared me. Little did I know that was gonna be the last time we'd get to talk to her, and she didn't have anything to talk about. Kinda, the whole thing is just odd.
No, it's not here.
No, is she alive? She is alive, okay.
Where did I put that stupid key?
Jesus.
Good day.
This is a weird one.
What? Oh. Who are you? I don't know you, do I?
Didn't we meet her ghost?
Good day, ma'am. Red McCraith. We spoke, of late. I'm the Banisher.
Why, yes, I do remember. You're the kind young man, the doctor.
Right, she called us a doctor last time too.
What can I do for you?
Is the idea that she's like, you know, she's a bit well into her years, that like her spirit has like already left her body? That wouldn't make sense. Spirit left her body. That doesn't make sense. And not a very satisfying answer just yet, but there's still time. By the way, Farsight says, I got some for you, Alex. Actually, I have to reopen Discord. I had to close Discord, thinking that it might have been contributing to the game crashing earlier. All right, see you later, Sheena. Grab this. What Farsight's got for us. Okay. That's an image. That is one of the images of all time. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Grab this, copy to my clipboard. Man, there's a lot going on in this image, and I hope I'm able to properly capture all of it. This is a good image. So this is a good image, and I hope I can do it justice. I will do my best, dear viewer. And grab the timer. For anybody curious, this is MS Paint Challenge. Farsight has challenged me a redemption, a channel point redemption. Can I recreate this image in all of its splendor in 3 minutes or less in MS Paint using only the pencil tool, fill tool, and erase tool, and Control Z when I inevitably fuck up a keystroke? The answer is probably not, but I'm gonna try. This is, I'll allow an extra minute. I mean, I kind of lately I've been, in more recent months and years, I've been playing fairly fast and loose with the 3-minute rule. I used to be really hardcore about it. It used to be pencils down, what you got is what you got. But I've kind of loosened up a little bit more in more recent times, realizing that the challenge is nice, but having a funny image is more important. So whatever allows us to get a fairly quick funny image is worth it. So we got the image here, timer on the screen, 3 minutes ish, give or take. Here we go, friends, coming in hot in 3, 2, 1. Let's fucking jam. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. It's just like Cowboy Bebop. It's exactly like Cowboy Bebop because there's a gun. You know, Cowboy Bebop, there's guns. And there's a cowboy. Sort of. It's like an implied cowboy because he's got the bow legs. He's got a big-ass fucking 10-gallon hat. I've given this guy a fucking hunch. Fucking hunchback of Cowboy Notre Dame. Although I've kind of fucked up because now there's not room for the cowboy hat. I'm gonna have to take some creative liberties here. The cowboy hat goes off screen here. I'm gonna have the cowboy hat going off screen here too. And it comes down. Here's the brim. So he's gonna have a very pronounced hunch. The hunchback's gonna be very, very pronounced. And maybe even slightly unrealistic. A rare instance where the body proportions are not going to be perfectly one-to-one. Of course, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm always extremely accurate when it comes to these. Very rarely do they get silly. Very rare. So this kind of comes down. So the hunchback, like I said, it's a little bit exaggerated. A little bit exaggerated because here's the hand. Just a little bit. And it comes back around. He's got his bevy down here. And then there's this guy. I'm gonna see if I can get like just the main pieces of this fella right here, this bread fella. He's the breadwinner of his family, presumably. He's also the bread fighter, apparently. The bread fighter of, I guess, is it French? Is it France versus America? Is that what like this is depicting, more or less? Because if so, I'm interested. If so, I'm down to see where this is going. So it's a cape. Oh my god, and the whole meme of France surrendering in military conflicts, and it's a white cape. It kind of writes itself, doesn't it? It's interesting where like that was like a searing hot meme for a while. It was like, oh wow, you know, France in military conflicts is the first to surrender. Like that's like a meme, but you know, we talked about this how, you know, you look at how the French protest and it's like, oh my fucking god, they don't fuck around. When the French protest, they fucking firebomb shit. Like it's terrifying. So the idea of France allegedly being like a bunch of sissies, so it's like, okay, sure, you can say that, but then like the proof though is in the pudding. Way they do not fuck around is something to behold. That's such a well-made gun, Alex. I'll say it for you. Wow, that gun looks great. I do a really good job when I draw firearms. What can I say? And I'm about to do a really good job when I draw hands holding bread as well. So if you thought my gun drawing skills were great, wait till you see my motherfucking bread drawing skills. All right, I think that's gonna like. I guess I could have another hand there. I'll make the bread a little bit more Lord's looking. We're already closing on 4 minutes, and I'm just struggling to get even anything resembling an outline here. There's a lot of detail in this image that I just don't have any hope for. So the rest of this is going to be a real slop fest. Slop, slap, slurp fest. And also, I've kind of fucked myself. I don't really have any room to set a barrier for this image. So that's the best I can do here. That's gonna have to do it for this guy. All right, so let's start to fill some things in. That's the downside of an image like this, where there's like so much detail, but there's just not enough time in the day. There we go. Oh, and the bread isn't as sharp enough angle, so I'll just assume he's making a similar face. I'll assume he's making a similar face. I have no reason to think that, but that's the best I got. Bam. And bam. It's got the whole ass arm out. And then the bread is orange. As of course it is. A little piece there. And then it's got the gray hat. Bam. It's got that fella. And then I will do this one little detail real quick. He's got some sideburns. Oh. It's got an ear back here. He's got darker hair. I'll give him black hair. Boop. Boop. And then kind of a gray. You know what? Yeah, this color is actually perfect. The color works really well. And then we'll say dark blue. Sure. We got light blue. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh, I forgot there's a fingy down here. Oop. Good enough. It's just red. He's just drinking red. Oh yes, I would like the red beverage, please. He's got a little bit of tum. He's got a little bit of tum-tum showing there. I think that's good. Oh wait, no, a gun. Can't forget gun. Gun. And orange. There we go. 6.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes and some change. There we go, baby. There we go. What's up, Pooba? Good to see you, Todd. Is this Jim Carrey? Which one? The answer is yes. They're both Jim Carrey. France is so small we could hit everyone with a big water balloon. I'm awfully small. You could probably moistify me pretty well as well with a small water balloon. Pierre the Baguette Boy versus Doug the Texan Dimmadome. French in a war against the French. There you go. There you go. Historically, that's what I think of. I think of like, yeah, I think of Napoleon. I think of like the fucked up conquest that France embarked on, and you know, it didn't always go well for. It didn't always like ultimately end well. I mean, you know, we all know Napoleon's reign did not end positively for him, but he had a darn good run, all things considered. His conquests are well documented, so yeah, it's interesting to me that. It's such, it was like, it is such a meme, but I don't fully understand quite where it came from, given the relative historical context. Baguette versus Gun is the name of this image, by the way. And it is number 322. 322 MS Paint challenges done over the years. God damn, that's a lot. God actual damn. They have a pretty good record, and yeah, generally speaking, that's my understanding. That is very much my understanding. Now, anybody who has watched me in with any significance will tell you that I'm not. I am far from a history buff. I have a lot of blind spots when it comes to history, and I enjoy reading about it. I enjoy learning about it, but I just don't know shit about it. Even though I enjoy it, I have invested very little time of my adult life into familiarizing myself. By the way, the MS Paint challenge, the output of that MS Paint challenge has been posted to the Discord server, and if you want to see it and other MS Paint challenge images like it, all of them can be found in the Discord server. All you have to do is click the little socials page, has a link to the Discord server inside there, and it's in the MS Paint Masterpieces channel. That's where all the completed masterpieces end up. It's where they live and frolic, and maybe also fornicate, hopefully loudly and aggressively. Yeah, it's like I was trying to get the like face, because they've got like the hunch and the like like I was trying to like kind of conjure that image. What I accidentally drew was Lupin the Third with a hunchback and a 10-gallon hat. So, you know, and by that point it was too late to go back, so I was like, you know what, we roll with it. We roll with it. The word masterpiece is a relative term. It's a relative term, relative to my ability. Relative to my ability to master the craft. Masterpiece or an MS piece. It's a piece of something. I'll say that much. It's a piece of something. Well, anyway, let's get back to the game. And yeah, so we found Hefzibah, call her Goody. And the vision, the sight we beheld at the wrecked ship is extremely weird. So she's clearly alive, which is the more sensible explanation, because when we saw the spirit and the dead body, it was like, how did she beat us here? We just talked to her, but let's inquire. Let's inquire.
Family, Goody Perkins.
That's a fun one too, Farside. Yeah, I remember that one well.
I don't have any relatives left.
Did you have a twin sister?
My memory, sir, is lately like empty pages in the book.
At least she's honest.
But I would surely remember a sister.
The memory is failing.
You don't say.
Something you should know. In the wrecked hull of a sea vessel, I found your husband's log.
Husband? The very idea. I've known no husband. I'm sorry. The log cannot be right. It must belong to someone else. It must. Right?
Is she deluding herself?
Yes, it must. I've known no husband, and I'll not hear otherwise.
Little defensive on that.
So sure about that.
Noticed anything strange lately?
Nothing stranger than usual.
How about lurkers? Shadowy figures, perhaps, seen from the corner of your eye. The feeling that someone was watching you.
No. Why?
Well, here's the thing. I believe you may be haunted by a ghost.
A ghost? Don't be silly. I have rats, maybe. I'm sure I've heard them scrabbling, but they're just rats.
Change the subject. See if it helps.
Did I hear you were looking for a lost key? Would you like me to help you look?
Why, thank you, young man. That would be just fine.
Strapping young man, help me find my lost keys.
I'll bid you good day, ma'am.
You take care now, Richard.
That's my name.
Her memory seems muddled.
You don't say.
Is this the price of getting old? Well, let's find out.
I mean, she was very like, I would have remembered a husband, right? Yeah, there's no way. It can't be me. Nope, no way. And I will hear nothing of it. You know, a little cagey, right? A little cagey. It's nothing to be ashamed of, obviously, unless it's something she doesn't want to remember. Like, if it's something that makes her sad. Her husband's gone, obviously. Especially if he very much intended to, like he said, come back, stay with Hephzibah, be a better husband, and not be gallivanting about at sea. Excuse me. Widow Perkins. So her last name must be Perkins. Oh wait, no, that's not right. That's not right. Yeah, because we were talking about Widow Perkins as like a title. Unexpected recent visit from a gentleman. An engagement to my sister. Or so he claimed. Your recommendation. Well, by your recommendation. Thank you for your concern for my sister's future and mine, but I beg you do not interfere in our affairs. You know what we want and how to find it. So saith Mary Claire O'Hara. What is her last name? Hephzibah. Okay. I know the last name. Oh, there we go. Perkins. So there's a name, Widow Perkins. And we've actually heard that name in a few contexts. And it's not her name, obviously. It's a title in this case. So she presumed is a widow, and she's either not telling us or she's genuinely forgotten. Hard to say.
Yes. Something's here. Dust. Undisturbed.
She mustn't come up here anymore.
My choice?
I'll use a sextant, but I'd prefer a well-drawn map.
It's really not that complicated.
Map. Every time.
That would have been presumably something that her late husband would have used. Could it be dementia? I mean, it could be, or is she pretending to be like, oh, I'm just a withered old lady. My memory's failing. I can't be of much help. Like, is she more with it than she lets on? Is there, you know, some mental atrophy happening? Is it all these things? You know, is it a combination of these things? Under the floorboards.
Oh, well, I heard a noise.
Worry not, madam. Not about the furniture, leastways.
Alright, we'll check that last. That's obviously going to be spicing. I sound like SpongeBob. I don't know what you're talking about. Never, ever would I make a SpongeBob noise. Wales, it says. Waters are poor and fishermen and rich in... What's that word? Cetaceans? Cetaceans? Does that mean whales? What's that word? Anyway, all right, yes, we actually... You know what? I think we read another log from another ship that tried or maybe it was the same ship. There was a ship that tried to capture a whale, tried to kill a whale, and I think even succeeded in killing a whale. And they were like, "Oh my god, we have so much whale oil, we're gonna be set for life." But the ship ran aground. It didn't go well. So yeah, the market for whale oil was driving whalers to try to get the goods. Cetaceans. So it's a taxonomy name for whale. That makes sense. That makes sense. You sure the taxonomy name? Taxonomical. There we go. We got there. The taxonomical name isn't Big Fishy, like big fishy. 'Cause that's what it should be. So, from widow Sally Walsworth. Oh, a fellow widow. Gotcha. Tompkin was lost. Okay. I don't know you well. You don't know me at all, but we are bonded. Because the loss of our hubbies to the cruelty of the sea, cruelty of the ocean. Wonder when this was written. So there was clearly, well, at least a one-way correspondence. You know, there was at least a one-directional. Also, does she not sleep in her own bed? She was saying dust undisturbed. Other people call her Widow Perkins. This one woman wrote to her. But yeah, she seems to make no mention of it.
That witch put a curse upon my poor husband's
shit.
boat. He lies dead in the briny deep, and she walks free. I'll not bear it, and nor should you.
Your distress moves me, Mrs. Perkins. I'm very sorry for your loss. And I swear upon my honor as a servant of God, I shall not turn from the truth. You may trust me to deal with Deborah in the appropriate way. Attending that, please put the sickle down, for I fear you'll do one of us an injury.
So she didn't like Deborah.
Goody Perkins was very angry.
Shockingly.
She hated Deborah. Keep looking for the key.
Accused her of being a witch. Hobbit having a story. Yeah, I like the word taxonomy, and I like invoking taxonomy conversation. You know, as like the subject of taxonomy. Yeah, how you categorize things, labeling things, how you establish that kind of system. But it's one of those words where trying to adjectify the word taxonomy. Taxonomically is the best I can think of. It's a weird one to wrap your mouth around, for me at least. Long as he doesn't... Is that to say... I guess overdose, I guess? I'm trying to think of the context. That's a good point too, Meerkat. She's able to live alone and do pretty darn well, all things considered. Found the key, by the way, with a whale engraved on it.
I saw another like it on the ship. Key's hers. We should return it.
Or I can go back to the ship and unlock all the things. What then?
Nothing interesting here.
I mean, it's noteworthy. Is it super interesting? Maybe, maybe not. Although if she's being haunted by a ghost, why would the ghost hide this anchor? Much like how the ghost had hidden the key. Because whenever there's like that kind of... Oh, wrong button. Whenever there's that kind of spectral web covering something, it means that a ghost hid something knowingly. Very, very much knowingly, willingly. Oh, wrong button. Don't mind me, I'm just exploding up here. Oh, no, that's interesting. So, we've seen that whenever somebody is haunted by a ghost, they have like a purple hue about their spirit. About their core. She does not. Her core is yellow and vibrant and golden. Very normal. So she is not being haunted by a ghost. That much is true. But there's still ghost stuff. There's like, you know, the ghostly residue everywhere. Things being hidden by the ghost. Interesting. Very interesting. And yeah, I'm thinking more about that the memory we just heard, the echo we heard, where she was presumably threatening. Oh, here, lots of stuff being hidden here. presumably threatening Deborah, or maybe Haskell. Threatening everybody, I guess, with a sickle. Like, screaming angrily, like, no, Deborah's a witch. Get her out of here. And Haskell's like, all right, listen, I'll deal with it.
I want this for my mantle.
Our mantle?
It's pretty badass.
I'd like that. The boat, not so much.
Very elaborate. And again, the ghost had hidden it. The bucket. Mr. Bucket, I'll put your balls in my mouth, Mr. Bucket. And I'll give you a suck. Anyway, how'd the anchor even get up there? I'm assuming it came with the house. I'm assuming it came with the house, and it's been there it's been there longer than she has. It's been there longer than she's been alive. I mean, actually, I'm assuming it would have been from her husband. He probably hauled it up there at some point as a memento from the seafaring days. Sure enough, her core is golden and vibrant and unhaunted, obviously.
Hey Perkins, here's the key.
Key?
I know, a scary bucket, Farsight.
The key you were looking for. That key. The key.
I don't know anything about a key. I don't want it. You keep it.
You had a husband. Have you forgotten?
Stop saying that. I've never married.
When he died, you blamed Deborah. One of the widows from your husband's crew wrote to you. What happened?
I know no Deborah. I have no husband. I know no Deborah, and you, sir, are bothering me. Please, leave.
We'll get no
Lily agitated.
Goody Perkins. Maybe someone at the Harrows will know something.
Clearly agitated, and despite all the letters, all the pretty compelling evidence, she's like, nope, it wasn't me. She's invoking the Shaggy defense. You know that one song that Shaggy did where he's like, it wasn't me. But Shaggy, I have DNA evidence. It wasn't me. There's a video recording where you're holding up your driver's license. It wasn't me. I'm only a little bit exaggerating the lyrics, but anyway. Mysterious.
Look, there. I do believe that's our ghost.
No fucking kidding. Will it lead us to the thing that is locked? That we can use the key to unlock?
Somewhere. Let's follow her track.
I don't like ghosts that run away.
Come on then, keep up.
Try to keep up. Follow the trail. So what does it mean? I guess it's one thing if she is suppressing traumatic memories. Again, the loss of a spouse. It's probably awful.
Sweet old harmless Goody Perkins was an absolute hellion.
People change over time. But since her husband died at sea, why blame Deborah for it?
Perhaps she was in pain. Needed someone to blame for the loss of her husband.
Let's ask her ghost.
Is this a Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis has been dead the whole time situation? But it wouldn't make sense. Why would she have the golden hue of a presumed intact spirit with her ghost wandering? Unless the ghost was like a manifestation of her sorrow that has been like removed from her soul somehow, like the idea of like the trauma she endured affected her so deeply that like she like cut it out from herself, and maybe genuinely doesn't remember these things because she like took pains to remove that part of her soul. I don't know. This is an odd one. There's been a lot of odd ones. This is yet another odd one. I'm assuming it's going to lead us back to the shipwreck. I mean, I was thinking of heading there anyway and trying to find something to use this key upon. Oh. Could a ghost suck? End sentence. No, could a ghost suck the memories out of somebody? I think the idea is that as a ghost haunts somebody, it like eats away at them. There's like physical symptoms, there's physical side effects, there's mental side effects, there's emotional side effects. I think like when a ghost is haunting you, it slowly kind of eats at you. So, you know, cause people to stop sleeping correctly. I guess it affects everyone differently, but yeah, like generally, it's like, oh, they're not sleeping as well, they don't eat as well. It could stand to reason. Also, it was up there, wasn't she? It stand to reason that, yeah, it could affect someone's memory. So if a ghost haunt is left to fester long enough...
Die, you bastard!
Ouch. Oh, wrong button. I wanted to do this. Kick!
I have another.
That's not a ton of damage, but it did make him sad. Punch! Oh, big man. Big man on campus. Whip. Going for the dick punch. Dick punch! Oh, more of a thigh punch there.
Dodging if you can. Get out of there.
Oh, shit. Here comes the uppercut. Bam! Always satisfying. A ghost can suck. Have you seen Ghostbusters? Well, the ghosts can be sucked. And the ghosts... Oh, I mean, they can... I mean, so, yeah, okay. I'm thinking more about Ghostbusters. The answer is yes. Ghosts can suck. You know, you're pulled... Oh, what in the world? You know, a general pull, a general query. Can a ghost suck? The answer is yes. Was this always here? Can't affect it at all, but... Yeah, it's just there. I guess that's just a cool, glowy plant thing. Anyway, I'm to keep following the trail. The ghost job? You know what, Meerkat? Confession time. I guess it's been a while since I've seen Ghostbusters, because I do not remember a ghost job scene. You'd think that'd be the first thing I would conjure up with my shitty little hobbit brain, and yet I do not remember a ghost job scene. You know, I guess that, you know what? It's probably been about 15 years since I've seen Ghostbusters. So it has been a minute. How late in the movie does the ghost job scene happen?
Become newer.
He's right. It is newer. This whole section was fucked up. And suddenly it's intact. Oh, okay, this is getting weird. About halfway-ish? Damn. Because, yeah, there's, like, that moment, like, I guess, yeah, maybe it's about halfway through the movie, where things get, like, real weird. Like, the whole sequence with the gatekeeper and the I mean, that whole sequence just, like, starts to get... I'm not gonna unlock that yet. I want to explore around a little bit more. Because that's probably what we're supposed to use it on. It kind of, like, becomes a different movie for a little bit there. Before the EPA comes in. Huh. Yeah. I do not recall. I have no memory of this place. I have no memory of this ghost job. Let's explore the boat a little bit, because, yeah, it does feel like at least the upper part is strangely not as fucked up as it was last time. The downstairs looks equally fucked up. It's, pretty worse for wear. And yeah, they were clearly hauling a whale carcass, hence all the whale bones. Okay, yeah, so let's go upstairs then. What's behind this door? Yeah, we've never been in here, and I definitely would have liked to have previously. If there would have previously been an opportunity, I would have gladly have taken it. Oh, fighting some things. All right.
Piss off!
Literally one bad guy, and then I killed him and then killed some boxes. As always, the ultimate villain of this game.
You could kill a fair few whales with one of these.
You're not
Harpoon?
the type.
Red, I do appreciate Red talking to big gamers like, yeah, I could kill a whale. And then Ante is like, cool there, Ishmael. No Moby Dick for you. It's our first time being able to explore the upperest parts. I wondered what could be seen up here. There's a ghost jump. Ooh. Alright, that's probably where we're ultimately going to want to go then, isn't it? Oh, it is. It is. She's up there. Alright, so in that case, let's quickly unlock that chest then. That is, I'm assuming what the chest is. I'm assuming that's what the chest... What am I trying to say? What the key is unlocking. Like how the music is getting a little bit fucked up. Well, key gets us... Oh. That's it. I was expecting like, oh, here's like a new thing. Here's more evidence for the case. How the top deck get broken. Yeah, we really don't know exactly how the ship got fucked up to begin with. I'm assuming it was bad weather, and I'm assuming it was just kind of vaguely involving the curse that has befallen this whole region in general. Is there a way that I can drop this thing down? It's blocking my jump ability. Can I just do one of these? Usually in cases like this, there's like a linchpin you can shoot. Okay, there's like I can't just shoot the rope. The hole in the wall there. Did the implication that a sea cow got launched in lieu of cannonballs? They were out of cannonballs. They had to resort to launching sea cows at each other. It's a desperation move for naval combat. And nothing jumps out at me. Oh, here we go. That was the linchpin. That was a sneaky one. Now, I wish there would have been a zombie ghost, something underneath that.
Try to find a way across.
So that way they could have just gotten fucking obliterated by that wooden piece when it dropped. Here we are, lady. Oh, she left.
Gone again.
Wait, she led us here. She must have had a reason.
It's the first time being able to be up here. I was saying earlier how it didn't seem like there was any other way up here except for running along cliff on that side. But having a ghost provide us a ghost jump is pretty useful.
Shreds of a memory linger here.
Is it time for another echo? It sure is time for indeed another echo. I shall hark upon it.
Imaradas entus.
Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness. For I have done this evil in thy sight.
Oh.
Hang me up before the Lord against the sun. That his fierce anger be turned away. Deliver me from my blood guilt. Purge me, and I shall be clean.
Oh, that's her Okay.
Tell me you understand what is going on.
I don't.
I would, but I don't. She killed herself out of guilt. But guilt about what?
Do you see anywhere that could help?
Keep searching here.
So, the spirit that we've seen is very real. The vision of her being dead from a self-inscribed hanging was also apparently real. And yet yet Hephzibah, as we see her, is you know, I guess also real and has, like we saw earlier, the yellow golden core of a otherwise normal spirit, like not normal spirit, but normal I guess mortal consciousness that is not being haunted by anything. See, she's down there. I do want to get to that, but first.
There she is.
I pray she stays there. No more running.
I want to see if I can cast down a shortcut. Guess I can just go ahead and cleanse this real quick. Yeah, could there have been a twin? That is possible. A Perkins sister. A twin Perkins. Maybe. It's weird that we haven't seen like any evidence of that. Like none of the letters were like, "Oh, and you know, send my best to Sister Perkins." Like, you know, it doesn't seem like there's been any kind of mention of it. She did deny having a sister, not unlike how she denied having a husband. Like they were denied in like somewhat similar manners, but only somewhat is the thing. Like, yeah, it's like nothing that really jumps out at me. Can I climb this? No. Go and drop down. But like Red and Antea were pondering, what is it that she felt so guilty over? I'm guessing it has to do with Deborah. I'm guessing it's that she felt guilty for throwing Deborah under the bus. We know that the Gibbs, the elder Gibbs, husband and wife duo were the ones that like were primarily responsible for pushing the narrative that Deborah was a witch. But Hephzibah obviously bought into it too, and maybe that buying into it made her feel guilty. Knowing in her heart of hearts that Deborah was a fine person and not a witch, but like maybe she feels guilt for being part of the force that sent her to execution.
What strangeness is this? Can you really be Goody Perkins?
I can be Hephzibah Perkins, and I am. I know Mr. McWraith, but I don't know you.
I'm Antea Duarte.
I need your help. I do not wish to ask for it, but I must. I have prayed for help, but God has not sent his answer, because I do not deserve an answer. Unless the answer is
She speaks with such clarity.
Then God mocks me. But at least he answers.
She's haunting the ship.
Yet dead. What do you want with your other self?
I must warn me, of the danger. The gates of heaven are closed to me, and the Lord is deaf to my complaint. I've committed the greatest of all sins. I denied the life he gave me. Damnation eternal awaits us both. I must save her from herself.
Life can take you to the darkest places. I know this. I know how tempting a permanent solution to a temporary problem can seem. Yet some consider it the worst of sins. What brought you to it?
God knows. And I would prefer to keep it between he and I.
If you want us to help, we'll need to know.
I just need you to get away from her. Every time you ask her the question, it's one more chance for her to remember.
So she's, I guess, chosen to forget. I'm not sure I understand this aspect of, I guess, like, in the future? Is that what we're saying? It's like, oh yes, in the future, I commit suicide. It's really fucked up. And I've come back to the past to warn my past self, but not directly by haunting myself, but by haunting the ship. Vaguely, I don't know. This is I've said it a lot tonight, but this is a weird one.
This is... How can you be alive and dead at the same time?
This is the Lord's punishment. This is...
It's like a purgatory, I guess? Well, not even purgatory.
The bone-chilling cold as I wandered in the endless darkness. Then, suddenly, his warm and dazzling light enveloped me and brought me back. Here, to where I'd lost my life. This is my penance. Damned to watch, helpless, as I sin against him. Again, and again, and again. But then, I thought perhaps not. Perhaps this is my chance for redemption. For absolution. For salvation.
Yeah, it's almost like the way she described it, like forced to relive this again and again, stuck in some sort of loop, some like as a divine punishment, I guess, of like having to relive, I guess, what leads her to take her own life, that kind of thing. But it's not. I mean, it's not a it's not a closed loop. Obviously, it's not like a loop that she's stuck in, I guess, because other people can see it. Well, actually, can other people see her? Have we seen anybody else talk to her? Or make mention of her? You know, we saw her in the meeting house. We saw her with the group at the very, very start. But has anyone ever made mention of her or talked to her? Maybe she's like the person we've talked to is just a resurrected aspect of her, and this is the real Hephzibah. And if we were to ask anybody else about it, they'd go, what are you talking about? No one lives in that house. Like, is it one of those cases where only we can see her because we're a Banisher, we're well trained in the art of talking with ghosts and the vaguely supernatural? This is like, well, she's alive, but in this like looping through time over and over again kind of alive, where it kind of existing in her own, in like a secondary plane. I don't know. This is an odd one.
Itself seems to have lost her memory. Any idea how?
She has lost her memory because she is haunted. Perhaps this is why God has...
But then why was her core golden and not purple?
And she forgets. What happens if it starts to come back to her?
Then she will remember and I will forget.
This is genuinely fascinating.
It's confusing.
If she remembers, I have failed. I am the keeper of her memories, her pain, her faults and her guilt. I protect her from the past to safeguard her future.
You don't protect her, though. You're killing her.
Then she dies without adding to her sins, and I am no longer needed.
Well, I guess that's one way to ascribe some blame, I suppose. It'd be one thing, well, and also, she clearly did something real bad. Well, I guess, like, the whole sin, yes, I know that some religious persuasions believe that suicide is like a horrible, horrible, unforgivable sin. Not a very, I don't know, sympathetic view, but I know it's kind of a controversial one, I guess. But I know that is an aspect of some religions. I don't know if the Puritans were that way necessarily, but I mean, there was something else though. She was like, there was something else that she kind of indicated at that was, it was like, oh, that's between God and I don't want to talk about it.
Let's go now.
Please.
And it makes me wonder if it's related to the audio log we heard from Deborah, or about Deborah.
Go back to the old lady's house and check in on her.
Now she was saying where if the alive Deborah remembers, then she has failed. We were asking earlier, kind of in jest, but actually kind of seriously in retrospect, can a ghost, drain someone's memories? And the answer appears to be yes. I'm not sure I understand the whole kind of balancing act where as one gains memories, the other one loses it. But maybe this is just a really specific configuration that was described as some divine punishment. It's hard to say. So not 1671. This would have been 20 years prior to this game's events. Whales hard to spot. And 6 days later, he's like, man, I'm bored. We finally found a blue whale the next day. No harpoon on it yet, but the captain has its trail. A whale hunt is akin to a war. And then, oh yes, that's right. We heard about somebody getting a gangrene infection. Comes home at, oh yeah, I think we've seen part of this log before. It almost makes me wonder. Yeah, she was saying she is haunted. The alive Hephzibah, but like I said, we saw that her core was golden. It almost makes me wonder if maybe that was a bug. Like maybe that was like a glitch. Maybe her core was meant to be purple, as is usually the case when it comes to hauntings. Maybe that was the case where I didn't quite see the right thing, or the game was being a little bit squirrely. So we're going back to this place, and again, there's this kind of same problem as before. There's really no convenient way.
This is beyond me.
Fast travel there.
Are you?
Charles once told me about a time-traveling ghost.
Time-traveling ghosts.
Kronos, god of time.
That was the name of the ship.
This has something to do with the ship.
Oh shit.
Well, obviously. Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, Red, sure it was. Nightmare events. I guess the nightmare.
The nightmare likes to play with time. No more nights and winter never ending. This may be some sophisticated punishment for Hephzibah.
It's a weird one, but yeah, I mean, if time traveling is on the table for some haunting situations, then all right. I mean, we've heard of stranger things. Also, one of the criticisms I've seen of this game is that the fast travel options are limited, and they are. It is a little bit arbitrary that you can only do fast traveling when you're at a campfire, and then you can only fast travel to other campfire locations. The latter of those things doesn't bother me too much. I mean, you know, I played through Oblivion not too long ago, and we learned very quickly that you can just fast travel to any place ever after you've visited it once. And how, on the one hand, that's cool, but on the other hand, it makes it a little bit too easy to get anywhere anytime you want to with zero issues, you know, with ultimate convenience. It's almost like too powerful. Whereas this game kind of swings toward the other direction where it's very limited. I think it would be, I think a happy compromise would have been something that said, yes, you can fast travel to any fireplace at any moment in time, but you can only fast travel to fireplaces. So in this case, I couldn't just fast travel here. I still have to walk in this particular case. But yeah, if I wanted to say, all right, time to go head back to the dark woods areas, or yeah, the dark woods areas up here, I wouldn't have to run to a fireplace to fast travel. I could just, you know, snap my fingers and warp over to Kate's, what's that word? Bivouac? Bivouac? Probably not at all how it's spelled or pronounced. So one Hephzibah, the spirit one, gives us some intel. And then the living Hephzibah is allegedly nowhere to be found. Oh, time to fight something. Unexpected.
Can I join in too?
Uppercut! Bam! Except I missed.
To me.
Big explosion. Bivouac. I don't know if I've heard that word before. I wonder what it means. Yeah, Meerkat's a time traveler, an East Coastal time traveler. It's just a word for shelter. Well, that makes sense.
Look, the rock. There's an echo here.
Like a rock. Which rock exactly? Oh, this one here.
A ghost
The
left
big fucking rock.
of their past here.
Huh. I'm not sure why just a gigantic rock sitting in the middle of the floor. Well, not the middle of the floor, but sitting on the floor would suddenly have ghost haunting properties. Let's reveal. Do we get to see a vision?
Come on.
We do.
Won't someone do something?
This is confronting Deborah.
All right, I'll start then. Cowards, you all. We welcomed you, and this is how you reward us. Confess now, woman.
Oh, pressing with stones.
Confess the names of your accomplice witches, or be sent back to the rotten hell you worship.
So she kicked off the execution in a bloodthirsty, vengeful manner. Meerkat, it says it's the only one. You know, there is actually a kind of a streamer meta. Whenever somebody is posting their schedule or talking about their schedule, there's a streamer meta to deliver your times in Eastern time. Even if you're not in the Eastern time zone, there's a streamer meta that says there's a significant and consistent enough portion of the Twitch viewing audience that's in the Eastern time zone that says you're better off just giving your times in the Eastern time zone in general. Just whatever it is, just convert it to ET and just roll with it. Murder and I was like sewer slide. What the fuck? Have to say it out loud to understand it. Yeah. So she, in like a righteous fucking pious rage. Well, I don't know. Did she really believe she was a witch, or was she just looking for? It's like you don't want to assume the worst about somebody. Did she truly believe she was a witch, and was she afraid? Was she caught up in mob mentality? And has been so desperate and sad and downtrodden for so long. It was like finally something just to fucking feel something. Hard to say, but clearly this was the sin that she committed. The first, I suppose, officially, the first major sin she committed, and I guess the one that drove her to suicide, because she clearly felt immense guilt about it. Because, yeah, if she felt... That's the thing, too. Yeah, if she felt guilt, then she wouldn't have believed that she was a witch. She must have knowingly realized at some point she was an innocent woman.